Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. I am Tios and I am joined with Direwolf Sang, and we are going to kick off the cast of Mantra versus Potato Carry Society. Oh, this is going to be the first game of a long day. We have 5 games today, all the 4 winners bracket games, along with the tiebreaker for, I believe, 9th, 10th, and 11th seed.
Yes, that's correct. That's going to be 228R, SRJ, and I believe one of the other Fjord teams.
Fjord, not Rangers.
Focus.
Focus.
I think it's Focus. Yeah, I think it's Focus.
Sorry guys, there are like 8 trillion Fjord teams. We struggle sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, so let's go straight in with the map ban. So this is best of 5, so we may not even see maps 4 and 5 depending on how things go, but I think this is probably going to be the most even matchup of the set. I'm a little curious because everybody has seen a lot of Potato Carry because they've been around in Comp Q. You know, they started off Comp Q a little rough, but then once they got a little more practice and started to build themselves up, they did a lot better and improved a lot as the queue went on. But nobody has seen Mantra since Invitationals, so I'm kind of curious to see how these two will fare. Like, you can predict how Potato Carry will play, but you can't really predict Mantra. However, Mantra does pick HPG, which means they probably are going to be a little more trade heavy tonight.
Yeah. Again, like I got to play Potato Carry in the comp queue. Very much of a traditional set of teams, right? They're gonna have their pretty static traders. They're gonna have their wolf pack. They're a little bit more, I think, fine tuned when it comes to this. So, but yeah, looks like we're gonna have HVG first, Bear Claw second, Terra Therma third, Frozen City fourth, and Bog fifth. Not a lot of.
The fact that Potato Carry chose Bear Claw first makes me think they want to brawl, but then they chose Frozen City. So, you know, if you wanted to brawl, you would have definitely chosen Bog over Frozen. Mantra picks Team 1 of HBG, which is... HBG is a pretty symmetrical map that doesn't really mean much. Bear Claw is another pretty symmetrical map. I would say Frozen, Terra, and Bog. I mean, Bog is meh. Frozen and Terra, though, are pretty lopsided as far as the strength their sides can bring. Like, Frozen Team 1 is just so absurdly strong compared to Team 2. I would say it's the most unbalanced map we have in this setup right now, but oh, Potato took a while, but they have now chosen. I believe that's Team 2 for Potato.
Team 2 for Potato? Yeah, it looks like Potato's playing just about Team 2 on every side.
Are all maps going to be the same side? Are we not going to have to swap anybody? Please, God.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing. Let's work. Oh, so you got Potato Carry.
So close.
Yeah.
But
Potato Carry.
Mantra's going to be Team 1 all the way to drop 5, and then drop 5 on Bog. They are going to swap.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring us over to the lobby view here. So again, as you can tell, the teams are already in. We already got Mantra on the Team 1 side with Potato Carry on Team 2. Do you want to talk a little bit about the maps while I get these teams kind of set up?
Yeah, sure. Don't forget to start the timer. I think that HPG is probably the most cookie cutter map of the entire set this year, just because I don't know, HPG doesn't really vary that much. You put 1 to 3 mechs on the wall with ER large trading, and then from there you put somewhere between 7 and 5 mechs in the center, either as a Wolfpack, Vomit, DACA, Pressure, anything like that. But yeah, I would say that like HPG doesn't really change that much. I would expect Mantra to be a little more brawl heavy. Maybe they play a little more aggro in the center, bring more brawl focused lights and mediums, while I expect Potato Carry to be a little bit more trade heavy, a little bit more map control oriented. So I don't know. I don't even know who I would predict to win this because, like I said, we've seen a lot of Potato Carry. We haven't seen Mantra since Invitationals, and in fact, if they haven't been scrimming at all, they may just be super like crusted up. They may not have any practice if they haven't been playing CompQ this whole time. So I don't want to say I'm concerned for them, but as somebody who has played Invitationals in the past, as somebody who has, you know, missed out on that CompQ practice, if you don't scrim, you're gonna struggle a lot. So I'm a little curious to see how well Mantra is gonna be able to shake off the rust here in their first high stakes game since August, I think.
Yeah, I don't really think I got the chance to play Potato Carry on HPG, so I really can't speak a whole lot to their style of play on there. I think one thing we're definitely going to see is probably some plays being made in the basement. I know basement brawling is some kind of a taboo subject half the time, but I definitely think that if you can win the fight for Theta, you definitely put a lot of pressure on the other team because, again, you're either going to have to go for an outside cap or send more tonnage to go and try and take that Theta. So, all right, I'm gonna bring
I
us
see
over
we're getting
to
the true Div A experience, where these teams don't want to lock.
Well, I mean, there are. So Mantra is waiting on one right now still. So.
Oh yeah, they're not even a full 8.
Yeah. And they had all 8 in here earlier. But it'll be fine. They still got another 3 minutes left on the clock. So. Yeah, I definitely think this one's gonna go to drop 5. Like I know we were talking a little bit about earlier before the stream started. I think both these teams are pretty equal in skill. Especially with just the come up of Potato Carry, because I believe they started in Tournament of Stars, if I remember correctly. Where they played in Division B. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong there. While Mantra, again, has kind of been more of the established team, going all the way back to its KSG roots, if I remember correctly. I know some of their players were on there last year for the last CS.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know, because, as I said earlier, CS games typically tend to be very stompy, even in top 12, even as things go by. You know, they still tend to lean, it's not very often we see a drop 5. So, I would say that this is probably one of the more likely games that we'll see to drop 5. I mean, even if you look at the predictions, it is split down the middle as to who people think will win. I haven't really looked at who's predicting what, but I mean, sometimes, you know, if you look at who's predicting what team will win, you can get kind of a clearer image of what things will be. But oh, Mantra, please lock. Mantra, please lock. Come on, come on. We can only talk so much. Yes, they're locked. So I would say that if I was to predict off the top of my head, I would say Potato Carry wins by a smidge. I wouldn't say it would be a blowout. I wouldn't say that they'll absolutely destroy him, but I think that if I was to bet, I would give like a 55% chance Potato Carry wins.
I would agree to that. Again, we just don't know how much Mantra has played together as a team recently. We don't know if they've been scrimming or anything, because I do know Potato Carry has the advantage of playing in CompQ.
Yeah, true. I mean, maybe Mokor and Red have been scrimming nonstop. Maybe they have just gone on their quiet little training arc and not told anybody, and they are just prepared, and they are gonna blow out Potato Carry. But yeah, like I said, Invitationals, I mean, yeah, while they do while they do complete their intended purpose usually of keeping strong teams out of the queue, I wouldn't say they achieved that purpose this year. I would say that there's definitely the downside of having absolutely zero knowledge about these invitational teams.
Yeah.
Ooh, both sides are locked.
Both teams are locked. All right, fantastic here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. So again, another really cool thing to kind of point out is the predictions in the MWO comp channels. It's actually split 50-50 down the middle. And I don't think I've seen that for any other early predictions on who's going to win this match. So I think, again, like, to have this as their game one to start off the season, I think it's going to be huge. All right, I'm going to fly over to the other side.
All right, so team 2, Potato Carry, we are seeing an Executioner, a Jenner, a Viper, Mislinks, Highlander, Crusader, Shadowcat, Charger, and 7. So I would say this is a majority tradey deck with a few brawl stops. You know, the Crusader, Ebon Dragoon, Highlander are all mechs that either have some or no range potential, but really strong brawl ability. So I would say that they are prepped to sort of start as a trade open, and then once things get a little close, they have those brawl mechs ready to win it out.
Yeah. So Mantra over here actually is carrying a Direwolf W, a Shadowcat, Firestarter, a Viper, an Execution, I believe an Arctic Wolf as well, if I saw it correctly. So some more of those traditional setup traders. I believe the Firestarter actually might be light PPCs on it. Yeah, 2 light peeps, 6 smalls. We also have a Stone Rhino 2, which is also going to be more of the standard ear large Gauss. So 200-ton traders, which is going to be very, very interesting to kind of see how they're going to take control of the wall here.
Shadowcat on Mokor is actually LMG and Vomit. Interesting. I would say since Plasma and AP Gauss came out, that build has been the ruler of all Shadowcat builds. So it's a little refreshing to see a non-Plasma AP Gauss build. But yeah, I would say that Mantra probably has the more trade-heavy deck. Potato Carry, they might win if they decide to go for a brawl. However, Potato Carry is grouping up 5 mechs prepared to go into the basement, 6 mechs prepared to go down low. I mean, I hope for Mantra's sake they don't send any mechs.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going down. I don't think they're really careful with Theta more so. I think they're waiting to see on what's going to be happening. Really just kind of getting the lay of the land, try to find out where their mechs are. Because, again, intelligence wins the game, right? Yeah. If you know where everything's at, then you can counterplay it.
And I will say, basement's probably the quickest way to lose if you go down there and you're not prepared and you get rocked. So maybe Mantra just understands, you know, we don't want to commit 6 mechs there, so maybe it's safer to just not commit anything at all. Of course, that does mean that they are going to lose any ability to get Theta, but you know, caps aren't going to be critical for a while. If they want to try to get trade superiority, they can. Winter's Rigger and the Direwolf is starting to get some opening shots, but not any serious damage yet. Mantra just seems to be totally fine though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Potato Carry is exposing any like serious trade powers, so I would say that the Stone Rhino and Dire are pretty safe, aside from this XC and this Shadowcat taking pot shots. I don't think the Highlander is even shot yet. Mokor is trying to get a cheeky angle in the Shadowcat, but I don't even think he's in range.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they're not really running beams and LMGs either, considering like that's probably like the second best build for that for the Shadowcat right now. Speaking of Shadowcats, Rabbit's down to 88% already, so I think he's definitely taken one too many burns to start off the HP race. Yeah. But I think Mantra's just okay to kind of sit for a minute. They're trying to, I think, figure out what's going on, allow the traders to do their trading things.
Mokor has taken a bit of damage, as had Rabbit Squirrel. However, Potato seems to be making a push. It's a little weird. I don't feel like they have to make a play. They have a 3-cap, and they're not exactly losing their trades, but They feel like they gotta do something, so they are sending four jumpers up to kill Colonel Renard, who's not even aware. He doesn't even see the mech. Oh yeah,
Yep.
it's over. Goodbye.
That's a free. Yeah, that's a free pick
Goodbye,
right there,
Colonel.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
The question is
bye.
they're. So I think they're taking a little bit too long on this. Actually, they're trying to go for torsos on him when realistically you could have gotten legs and just rolled him. Winter's Rigor's gonna go down here probably because again that pack's just gonna start rolling. But here comes the rest of Mantra.
Sending all their lights in. Potato Carry may have overstayed their welcome. They're gonna get Winters, but I'm pretty sure they're going to lose a mech on the way out here. Rabbit Squirrel's down to 69%. Good try down to 73%, but nope, I stand corrected. Potato Carry just gets out for free.
That was.
What?
That is a huge tonnage trade. That is amazing. That is perfect picture.
The fact
just
that
great.
Mantra wasn't able to punish that at all is just unbelievable to me. I don't understand how they failed to somehow deal some damage there.
And then right now, here, just the brawls, the rest of it, like, there's just not enough tonnage on the field for Mantra to really do anything else. Because, I mean, that's, like, the downside of packing 200 tons into 2 mechs. Is you're going to have a lot of trade power, but if they get jumped and ganked, then it's over. The red goes down to the Arctic Wolf. It was a Forester and 6 Artemis in the Arctic, by the way, so that set of 8 build. The Mistlings go down.
Neon goes down. Mokor is doing everything he can to get as much damage down. He is just farming for free, but he's just brutally heat capped, and yeah, I don't know. I would say
Rabbit 35%.
Favor. Potato has a 3 cap, and they're just absolutely annihilating in the brawl. The fact that Mantra wasn't able to punish losing their 200 tonners at all, like I think the match is just over there.
Yeah, 100%. That was great scouting, great intelligence from Potato Carry, and I think that's going to set the tone for the rest of this game right now, because Mantra's on the back pedal. 100%. Like, they have to respond to this with another astounding, like, they got beat 8-1, they're going to have to beat Potato Carry the next map to 8-0. I think to really even out the momentum. Looking at the damage numbers here really quickly, Bud Light and the Charger in 7 with 657 and 3 kills, followed up right behind him in the kill battle is going to be Trommel. And then over here, the SR and the yeah.
200 tonners getting bottom damage. That's not what you want to see. Of which, I don't know how the Stone Rhino didn't see their approach. I really don't. I think it was telegraphed, but wow.
How did nobody else see it and like be able to react quick enough? Because they jumped up pretty high, I think. So again, I'm a little baffled.
I'm surprised. I said Potato Carry would win by a smidge, and if that first drop is anything to go by, it will not be a smidge. That was an absolute blowout, of which Potato Carry even had cap advantage the entire time. There was at no point Mantra was up that match at all. Potato Carry was in control the entire game.
Oh, yeah, again, it's just really interesting. I'm speechless. That was just great job, Potato Carry. So I believe the next map is gonna be Frozen City, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. No, Bear Claw.
Bear Claw, thank you. So, Bear Claw. What do you think of it?
I would say of all the maps, Bear Claw is the second most brawl friendly in this pool. And given how Potato Carry played their last game, I think they're going to run a very aggro deck of a large wolf pack, a few fast heavies and assaults to go with it, Crusader, Hellfire, XC, Charger, things like that. And I think they're going to play very aggro. I think they're going to take up any fights they can to absolutely run down their opponents. I think Mantra is probably going to run a very stagnant trade deck, the same kind we saw on HPG. And I don't know, I would say this map is also tailored a bit towards being able to receive if you're on Team 1, but I mean, HPG was also tailored to be able to receive a brawl push, and look at how that happened. So, who knows? But, yeah, it's definitely gonna be a little weird. Also, I just want to go back to the last game. I really think Mantra also kind of lost in the mech lab. A 2 light peep, 6 small laser fire starter, a 4 SRM 6 Artemis Arctic Wolf. Like, I don't know what year this is, but those are not the strong lights you want to bring anymore. Those are not good mechs to bring in comp at the moment. They are so horrendously low on firepower. And well, I'm not gonna say that's why they didn't win the match. Like, you know, obviously there were much more glaring concerns, but you know, every little bit helps. So
yeah, I think that's kind of been like the story of Mantra though, almost. Like, if you look at their past couple of matches that they've had, like a lot of their stuff is like older meta. Cause like I remember Red for the longest time kept running like the Wolfhounds and everything. The Wolfhound is a great mech in my opinion. I love it. It's such a fun mech to play, but the meta is just so much speed. You gotta be able to do multiple things at once, especially in your lighter mechs.
yeah, I don't know. Out of everything that went wrong, Mech Lab is probably pretty low on the list. However, any edge you can gain is a worthwhile edge. So I really gotta. I don't think Mantra is gonna swap up their mechs this game that much. However, I do think that they definitely need to up their scouting game. HPG, they didn't even send a mech into the basement to look. They didn't even look to see how many mechs were down there. Like, scouting is the biggest part of CS, and if you're not even willing to send your lights around to see, hey guys, what's going on, I don't really know how you can expect to win. However, Team 2 is locked. Let's do this.
Yeah. So I was actually just rewatching the stream a little bit there before we launched this. The entirety of Mantra's pack was on the other side of the map, near their home cap.
That's not what your lights are supposed to do there. It's oh boy. This has got to be something. And you know what? Maybe I'm being overly harsh. Maybe drop 1, they just were in their groove. Maybe drop 1 was, you know, a wake-up call, and we'll be able to see where things go for now. But Mantra, please, come on. Come on. I said this would go to drop 5. Do not make a liar out of me. All right.
Yeah.
Potato Carry running a Exy, a Void, a Stone Rhino, a Jade Kite, a Shadowcat, a Jenner, an Osiris, and a Viper. So this is a
On the Jade Kite. Is it Daka?
I can't see it yet, but I will 100% assume mid-vom or ER large Goss. So
Charger. Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of vomit from Mantra.
Yeah. Potato Carry 100% will be a mid-vom aggro push deck. That's what I...
Yeah. You got the Charger
going on here.
Yeah, you got a Charger 181, a Longbow Overcharge, which again, like, that mech has seen a lot of play. A Cap Spider, Viper, a Ice Ferret J, a Black Lantern D, and a Hellfire C. So, what's on the Ice Ferret is my question.
Mantra might actually be the one running a Brawl deck here. I will say that their picks are now much more in line with the current meta. Jade Kite has 4 AC5s and a Plasma.
We've captured resource point.
Okay.
Interesting.
Stone Rhino is 4 10s and a Plasma. Hellfire is large pulse and Goss. Or heavy or Hags. Interesting overcharge build. 4 heavy, medium.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of these brawling mechs from them. The Ice Ferret J micropulse heavy machine guns, the Blanner is a DPS build, and the Hellfire is running 4 SRM6, 2 small pulse, and 4 ER micros. I feel like that's a little undergunned. In my opinion, I really do. I think it's
undergunned, but it goes
fast. Yeah.
So, a little curious. Mantra definitely has a lot more DPS, but already shots being traded over Epsilon. Cap Spider definitely has me feeling a little weird, but let's see.
It should be a large expulse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yep. It's gonna be another game of run around and cap. I love Bear Claw. This is one of the few maps where you can just run around and cap and not see the enemy the whole game. So Potato Carry has set up their caps as Theta, Gamma, Epsilon. Mantra looks to be making a pretty strong run for Gamma with their Blanner, Ice Ferret, and Viper, of which who's guarding? Is it Rapid? It's Rabbit Squirrel. Okay, well he's quick enough to get out. So, but yeah,
are we just playing Ring Around the Rosie?
Yeah, it's gonna be Ring Around the Caps a lot, and oh boy, that means that we are in for a long game. It's really gonna depend on when these teams decide to fight, and it's gonna be way too early to call. But if
might be a fight here with Rabbit right now. Rabbit's getting chased down by 3, but it looks like they're gonna back off and take the cap because they ran right past it first. It looks like they're also gonna go grab Sigma from Mantra as well. What are the bigs from Mantra doing?
We have Gamma.
I don't know. They look to be. Oh, they are swinging for Theta. Oh, and Potato Carry hasn't scouted it yet. They might not be in position. Oh,
the SR is the SR. Look at him. Look at him.
It is in position. However, I don't think he can 1v4, but it looks like the brawl might be occurring. I would say Mantra definitely has a definite DPS edge. It's all going to depend on how much opening damage Potato Carry can get. Ooh, JBV takes a lot of damage in the Spider. Gonna have to pull back. Not gonna be able to get Theta.
And that turns the attention of PCS to Theta now.
Potato Carry also is down 1. Oh wait, no, I was gonna say they're down 1 mech on Sigma. However, Mantra is down 3 mechs on Gamma. So maybe this isn't the fight you want to take. And
yeah, it looks like the. Yeah, go ahead.
Looks like even though they lost Gamma, they managed to get back Sigma, and Potato Carry is still fresh across the board. So.
Yeah, again, like Mantra has to figure out what they want to do. They have to grab a 3rd cap to even be remotely, like, close in this game.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned for Mantra at the moment. They don't seem like they know what they want to do. So, when it comes to running around on Bear Claw, you need to determine. You can't just run around for forever. The primary purpose of running around and capping is to spread out your opponent, and if you take too long, they're going to be able to coagulate together. They're going to be able to sort of set up firing lanes, set up what the 3 cap they want to hold is, and as a result, Mantra has run around too much, allowing themselves to get way too spread out. Meanwhile, Potato Carry has sort of decided that their core is Theta and Epsilon, and then just playing back and forth with Gamma and Sigma depending on whichever it's open. So I think that Mantra is just letting themselves get a little too spread out here, and I think that if they don't group up and prepare for a push to retake Theta or a push into Potato Carry here soon, I think this is going to be their win.
Yeah, so JBV is over in the Spider near Epsilon. I know for a fact they don't know where he's at, and I think he doesn't have any scouting intelligence, so he's effectively cut off from his team. It looks like there might be a push here coming from the Mantra bigs.
I think Valkyr knows. I think Valkyr may be on. Nope, he's not. Never mind, he's blind.
Yeah. What are they doing? I am really confused here.
This spider's gonna be
So-
as soon as he steps on the cap, Valkyrie knows. Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, JBV has to run away. It looks like there might be a fight on Gamma. Maybe.
Yeah,
No,
maybe. It's a
Rabbit's Girl,
3v2.
Good try, just taking pot shots. Oh, however,
Yeah.
Good try is way too close. All of those mechs are quicker than him. He needs to run.
Yep.
Oh no. Good try is dead.
This,
Maybe.
yeah.
He cannot outrun the ice.
No, the numbers
Oh,
advantage.
never
The
mind.
numbers advantage.
Never mind.
They need to back her
Potato
off
Carry
and go pick Rabbit. They need to go
has
back off
sprung-
and pick
has
up
sprung
Rabbit
the
right
trap.
here.
Rabbit needs to get out
Yeah.
immediately. He can't outrun these 3 mechs, so unless Potato Carry turns around and works to cut them off, but instead they're going to play Ring Around the Rosie. I don't like this. They should have gone the other way to help Rabbit, but... 2 mechs
Again,
on
like,
Epsilon now,
the X
looking
just has
to
to
run
turn
down
around.
Valkyr.
This is a really bad spot for Mantra's life right now.
50%.
Yeah, again,
Valkyr's coming in. Valkyr doesn't know the Hellfire's behind. Okay, he does, thank God.
Yeah.
I got really scared there for a moment. Mantra's just getting run down though.
Yeah, I don't see in any world where Mantra wins this fight right now.
No, I don't
Just
either.
based off of caps and they were too indecisive. Indecisiveness is what lost them this game.
I mean, we're at the point where Potato carries 2 cap wins. They just have to not fumble the bag and not lose the brawl. So Red goes down.
The red goes down.
Extra Better is just farming in his night gear, doesn't even care about the lights behind him. Rapid Squirrel goes down. Okay. 1-1. Gwentler's about to swing in his Black Lantern, but he's super close to dead. Gwentler can't go down. Gwentler goes down. Graham is alone in his Viper. He's about to get swung by 4 mechs, 5 mechs.
Yeah, this is just nailing the coffin shut at this point. Again, Potato Carry just extremely dominant in the 2 matches already. Like,
Almost there. Stop them at all costs.
Mantra has to find an answer for this, and they have to find its next map, or
Is stripped.
they're going to the losers bracket.
A 4
Almost
cap
there.
does
One
win,
final push.
but I don't think they'll be able to hold
have
on to
Gamma.
the 4 cap.
No, not with the
JP is
amount
doing
of
everything
HP.
he can to prevent Epsilon from being taken. He's just running into being a nuisance. However, he's gonna get heat capped soon. JBB, this is not the fight you want. This is no it's like goodbye.
Yeah,
Valkyr swings around. That is it. Oh
yeah.
my
Again,
goodness.
just
They have resource point.
I may be wrong about drop 5. I may be
yeah.
wrong about
I think we're both wrong on that one. Man, again, just another dominant victory for Potato Carry. Like, I am well done, guys. Extra Better, 928 and 2 kills in that night gear. He was doing everything he could, and then of course you have the Ice Ferret J from Oker doing double digits in 95, and with their
Extra
top
better, I
damage
take it
being
back. Your Beck is not undergunned.
all the ammo. And then Old Hasso, I believe I'm saying that right, is at 275 with no kills with his longbow. So again, just
was Dread hitting 286.
oh, was it? Oh, I see. Again, the damage numbers are pretty much telling in this fight.
I am concerned. This is an invitational team that is getting mollywopped by a comp Q team who I believe was formed this year.
Yeah, they were. They played TOS if I remember correctly.
Oh, they did? Okay. Next is Terra Terma.
Almost put on a Crucible for a second.
That'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they picked that Terra over this one. Give me 1 second.
I think a lot of players dislike the fact that Crucible had less ambient lighting, so it was darker. So I mean, I could see it. I personally like Crucible's map format better. But I mean, the players want what they want. I wouldn't say that this was the best map pool this year, but I mean, you know, there's always next year. However, hear me out. Hear me out, Doc.
Here, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
On the table right now, we at Piranha Games are considering re-adding HPG Classic and Caustic Valley Classic.
Caustic, yes. HPG Classic, get that out of here.
The ones before Francois
Yes.
rebuilt them. And if they are added, I'm going to demand that we see them in comp immediately, because I have not had enough Pyramid Brawl in HPG in the past few years, and I want them back. I want the Caldera back. I want these things back. And I would sacrifice any CS map pool to see them played in CS 2025. I want to play a Bane on HPG Classic. This is what I want to do. Actually, with the Bane will be legal next CS. So I want to say it comes out for MC in May and C-Bills in July. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. So those mechs
Wait,
will
you're
be
the
legal.
PGI man. We're supposed to quote you on this.
And the new light will be legal for next CS too. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. You already know what I think the next light's gonna be anyways, so I don't really
Almost
think
just
there's...
said what the next light would be, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but I definitely would get in trouble.
It's fine.
But back to the map. Terra Therma.
Yeah.
Terra Therma is the most similar to Bear Claw, in my opinion, in the sense that teams that if your team is inclined to run around and cap the entire match without shooting, without doing anything else, Terra Therma is very similar to Bear Claw. You can absolutely just run around and not fight and try to get caps the entire game. You can also just do a full-on brawl push if you want to. Trade is definitely not as strong here. Mid-range trade is fine, but I mean, this is probably the only map of the league that you will never see somebody do something like an ER large Goss Stone Rhino, ER large Goss Dire, something like that. So I'm a little curious. Potato Carry has definitely had a bit more of a propensity for brawling, or at least running people down. So I think that's what they'll do here. Mantra, I don't know. I learned during the invitationals to absolutely give up predicting whatever they'll try to do. They just run weird things.
Yeah, like, that's what Mantra's known for, I think, is kind of that. Run the weird stuff, and it works most of the time. Again, we're kind of getting shown right now that, like, Potato Carry, again, playing Comp Q consistently, and then playing together as a team for, this is their second tournament. Reps help a lot, especially with the new teams. So, both teams are locked. We're going to be dropping in 3, 2, 1. Mantra is set up Alpha Charlie to go for side caps. PCS is set up similarly, but one mech is in Bravo. I do want to talk a little bit about how you're saying we're not going to see Earl Large Goss, Dire Wolves, and Stone Rhinos. I will say never. Because I've run into teams in the queue running the exact same thing, covering down caps.
I can hope for their sake they won't. All right. Oopsies. There we go. Potato Carry is running Ice Ferret, Spider, Orion, Shadowcat, Crusader, Stone Rhino, Flea 19, Marauder Alpha. Oh boy, I know exactly what's going on here.
The DACA press?
No, it's going to be a DACA cap strat. Potato Carry strat is going to be to sit on Kappa and get Sigma and Gamma and have Overwatch over the world and just cap strat everything. That is going to be their strat.
Yeah, that's... I'm very curious to see how this works, because like Team 1 has always historically been more of the pushy side, with Team 2 being more so of the receive, just because of firing lanes and everything. So I wonder if they're just going to send their bigs over to Theta and just hold it, and be like, ha, we have the DPS and the PPFLD to keep you away.
Well, that is the beauty of a Kappa Sigma Gamma hold, is that you don't need to fight for Theta. Look at these builds here. Mokor running another Vomit Shadowcat. Rapid Scroll also running a Vomit Shadowcat.
Mantra's pulling out their Barraclaw deck again. I think that's what this is right here.
3
XE,
beam,
Charger.
4 Serm, 4 Orion? Okay, Evan. I'm sorry, continue. I got way too
You're
high.
fine, you're fine. Again, I think this is just the Barraclaw deck from Mantra again.
They have resource point Gamma.
So I'm just really curious to see. We're gonna kind of see what Theta has going on here. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You said 3 beam?
3 beam, 4 Serm, 4 Orion 2C. Evan Warrior, I owe you an apology. I was not familiar with your game.
That is awesome. Because I know it has the laser HSL, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it has an energy HSL, yeah. So, good try in Trommel, making a little bit of a play for Theta, but not really running in. Good try, chain firing his mag shots to deny the cap. I hate that so much, but it works.
Yeah, Mantra needs to go in now. They have to go in and grab this Theta cap and just set up for it. And just set up the 3 cap hold. We got Moker up in the volcano, by the way.
Yep. I think he's going to try to
What's he
scare off
running?
anybody. Good try takes a lot of damage in that poke. So, here's the sitch. Potato Carry has set up on top of Kappa with full Overwatch, but their strat will not work unless they are able to get Sigma. So, you can see Patchy and his spider running over. JBV is sort of keeping an eye on it. He sees the spider, and Mantra here probably understands. If we lose Sigma, Potato Carry can just sit for a while. However, anything they send to sort of stop the cap will have to go through the Stone Rhino, and that's a Spider 5e with
Cap
Excel
Excel.
skills. Like, you're not getting that. And Valkyr here has full Overwatch of Gamma in his ER Large Crusader. So,
You're
Enemy
large,
village is
interesting.
now, how is Mantra gonna break this? How are they gonna stop this 3 cap? Potato Carry is set up to receive a brawl with full Overwatch. So, the way Mantra could get a cap, like if they wanted to get Gamma, they would have to put a mech in front of Gamma to trade with these mechs and bleed armor while somebody caps it. And they are sending a wolf pack for Gamma. So they do know they need to get cap back. But here is where
We've
Valkyr
already
comes
gained
into
a quarter
play.
of the resources.
Is that the
Keep
moment
it up.
Gamma starts going
The enemy
down,
is at 25%.
assuming Valkyr looks at Gamma to do his one job of defending the cap. Valkyr, thank you.
Valkyr.
There we go. Valkyr needs to chain fire in order to stop the cap from getting lost.
If you also look, Patchy appears actually going for the back cap towards Epsilon, but I think he... Nope, never mind. He saw the 4 assault mechs that are over there and said on second thought, we're not gonna do that. So, again,
Valkyr, oh no, Valkyr, he got shoot the fire starter, Valkyr, no! Oh, is Gamma gonna be lost? Is he gonna fail to hold it? No, there's no way. So, Mantra's doing their best to screen, and they're just willing to bleed as much on Valkyr. You have to look at the cap, please. Please just look at Gamma. Do not.
again, they're grabbing Epsilon right now.
Valkyr just needs to keep those chain fire going. Don't shoot at something else, please. I swear to
they're
God, Valkyr,
retreating.
you're gonna give me a heart attack. That was definitely something. Patchy does at least neutralize Epsilon, which is a start. However, there are 3 assaults there. They need to get the hell out of Dodge. But I'm a little concerned because if the whole point of this strat is the ability to deny caps for an infinite amount of time, they really struggle to deny Gamma. They really failed to work for that.
We have gained
Yeah.
Epsilon.
And now Mantra has a 3 cap. And Potato Carry is going to be very hard pressed to take it back.
Oh, really? Rabbit? Rabbit and Mocha are looking at each other. Really trying to figure out. Rabbit knocks Mocha off of the volcano. Down into 3 other mechs that, if they could do it, they could absolutely pick Mocha right here and take away that Shadow Cat.
I would not say so. Mocha has 3 mechs coming in to save him. Trommel needs to get out.
Yeah, Trommel.
But Gamma's clear.
Yeah.
Patchy's going in.
They can just... Could it have just been a diversion?
100%, and it was beautifully done. However, now Trommel needs to get the hell out of Dutch, along with Evan Warrior.
They need to run like the Looney Tunes.
However, where'd the Stone Rhino go? Oh, they all swung around.
Yeah.
Sigma is completely undefended. However, Valkyr probably would.
I think they recognize that the SR's over here. Looks like they're gonna push them.
Yeah, Potato Carry is getting ready to push. Of which.
I think they're gonna send for a receive.
Oh no, Bud Light.
They're gonna have to receive. Yeah, Bud's gonna go down here.
Bud Light Bros. No.
What is Mantra doing? Mantra, push! Just do the thing and push! Like, thank you. There's no reason for you to be backpedaling in there. Just absolutely go.
I think Mantra. Oh, Winters goes down. Maybe.
Yeah, Winters is down.
Maybe more even. Extra Better is about to get farmed alive in his Marauder.
He's focusing bigs.
In the MC before he goes. Extra goes down.
I think this is Operation Spider needs the cap.
Yeah, 100%. Patchy's going for Epsilon though.
Yeah.
Which is completely unguarded. Potato Carry has a mech going for Theta. Mantra seems to understand that maybe they don't want to push that. However, JBV's not going. Okay, he's going for Gamma. That's good. That's good. Patchy needs to get out of dodge. Trommel is going to take Epsilon. Potato Carry still has a win con. I would say they're a lot worse for wear now, but they still can pull this out. Trem is running.
Yeah, they have the caps. Potato has the caps now.
Yeah, but their wolf pack is not near as good looking. Gwendler goes down. Yeah. The Heavens patches down. His Spider. Trem runs down Trommel, gets him off. Epsilon.
That's what you're doing.
Come on, let me click you. There we go. Yeah. Trem can't win that fight. I'm sorry, Trem will win that fight. Hellfire is just too fresh. Good tries making a play for Gamma. I don't know.
JP might be leg. Yeah, he gets legged by Heaven with the beams.
A 2 cap doesn't win this though. Potato Carry needs to get a 3rd cap.
Yeah, they do.
Resource point Sigma.
And I think like Rabbit, Good Try, and Heaven here are gonna keep pushing. They're trying to kill the Gargoyle here. Then I think they're gonna push for Theta. I think that is my prediction. Ice Ferret on Ice Ferret violence continues to happen with Neon killing Trommel. They just completely avoid the Gargoyle, which... Okay, makes sense. Good Try's gonna go for Theta, while the other 2 are gonna keep the Gargoyle at bay. This is gonna come down to the wire. HP and mech fight, and mech advantage goes to Mantra, but...
They're getting Theta, though. They're getting Theta.
Yeah. Heaven, what do you... Rabbit goes down, and Good Try's gonna get ganked here. Heaven needs a hurry up and kill.
Enough, though. They need the cap. Mantra's, like, 5 points ahead. Oh, no. I think this is a Mantra win. Yeah, Mantra wins.
Yeah. Unless there's... Who's even still up? The Crusader and the Orion and the Flea. And the Flea's basically caught at this point. Yeah, this is game.
Jeez.
Almost there.
Everybody looking. Mokor is legged.
They're almost there.
Valkyr's fresh. Where is Val? Where is he at?
We've gathered enough resources. This triumph will
He's trying to take him, but it doesn't matter, yeah.
Drop 4? You gonna go to
drop 4? Oh, maybe we weren't wrong. Maybe we weren't wrong. looking at the damage, the gargoyle from Evan is gonna be 710 with 1 kill. Patchy doing 31 damage, but a minute 22 on Cap. That's his whole job right there. That is his, hey, I did good, was having that much cap time. If he stayed alive just a little bit longer, I think it would have been a bit of a different story. But then you also have Trauma doing 98. You can't have that from your Ice Ferret. Especially with that DPS, you need him to be able to be there to fight. And then 630, and actually Heaven from 659 with 2 kills in that Orion. Very based Orion, we love that. This next one is Frozen.
Yes. Frozen City.
I
Now,
think
the
this
last time we saw Mantra play this map, they brawl rushed Fidelis down the middle. So hopefully Mantra has learned. Hopefully they will not make the same mistake, or else they will lose. And we will be on to our next game of 5 JDX, or sorry, Revenants versus Darksea Corsairs.
That's gonna be the fun one. This one's supposed to be NA. We'll make that. Not Y one. So I think this one, 100% is, I think, favors Potato King. I think this map favors them highly. I think that there's, because of their style of play and how, like, again, they're a bit more of that traditional team. I think, again, it favors them a lot more, especially since they have the Team 2 side. Ooh, actually, maybe not. So Team 2 side is going to be the Sigma side of the lower hand side of the map.
Team 2 is absolutely the weaker side. I hate playing Team 2.
Yeah. I think, like, Team 2, you can only do certain things from that side of the map. And they can work sometimes, but they can't. Like, you can do the Fox 7 push of just straight brawl rush down the 7 line, I'm sorry. And try and catch bigs off of them as they try and rotate away. Or, again, you can kind of set up a gank a little bit more in that upper city near the Echo 4. Again, it all really just depends of really what's going to be the decks, what are they going to be set up for. Like, Team 1's pretty much almost guaranteed Theta. Just depends on how Team 2 denies it. At least that's been my experience. What about you?
I don't know. I try not to think about I try not to think about how unbalanced these sides are. It makes me angry. Team 1 gets Theta for free. Team 2 starts with a 2 cap that they really can't break out of. So I think that it's really just going to be Potato Carry just has to dominate on their trades. I mean, you can push on this map, but I would say a push strat is more dependent on your enemies screwing up than you doing good, if that makes sense. So
you're really playing on the error.
Yeah, so I really feel like a push strat is very reckless on this map. So hopefully, I hope Potato Carry doesn't do a push. I also hope Mantra doesn't do a push. Also, this map won't play the same as Bear Claw or Terra. You can't really run around and cap the same way you can. This map is just too open for that. It's too easy to burn somebody, but oh my goodness, I don't know. Mantra, I really hope they learned from their last game against Fidelis and they don't do a brawl run down the middle. Potato Carry, I don't think I've ever fought Potato Carry on this map, to be honest. And if they have, I mean, if I have, it was so long ago in Comp Q that I cannot be reasonably expected to remember it.
I vividly remember Frozen drop decks from Potato Carry, and again, like, I only played them from the Team 2 side, so I know their Team 1 is extremely solid. I've never gotten the chance to play them again when they play Team 2, so I don't know what their deck is. But I think that their traders are significantly better than Mantra's traders. I think that much is obvious. Potato Carry again has pretty much won in the mech level, in my opinion, on every single drop. I think it comes down to the pack. Whose pack is better? And I think they're kind of even right now at this point, if I'm being honest. Because there hasn't been, like, really any big, amazing plays from the pack, minus the pick on HBG.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I would definitely say I feel like Mantra has a stronger... Yeah, Mantra has a stronger pack. Marginally.
It's just that slight edge, right?
Slight edge, yes. However, Mantra definitely, skill-wise, I would say they have a stronger pack, but they also have had very questionable strats. So, who knows?
Yeah,
and we will hopefully know shortly, because this team is already up. So please, for the love of all things good, lock. There we go.
Right,
awesome.
going in 3, 2, 1. The button has been pressed. Swapping us over. Yeah, again, I just feel like this map favors Potato Carry, and I think this is why they picked it as drop 4. I think they know that they can win successfully on this map, and that's why they picked it, and they don't really care about the team side. So,
all right, Potato Carry, Flea 19, XEA, Hellfire Void, Osiris 3D, Shadowcat, Longbow Overcharge, Dome Rhino, Ice Ferret. This feels like a mid-vom push.
yeah?
That's what it feels like.
Mid-vom push. Interesting. Interesting.
How about Mantra? What are these guys doing?
Yeah. What are they bringing? Boger's Ice Ferret J, Incubus Saber, and the Black Lantern D, so that's interesting. I think the Saber might... What's the Saber running? I won't tell us yet. I'm probably going to be the mix of your typical build, probably Micropulse, machine guns, SRMs, and there might be flamers on it. Then we got a Longbow Overcharge, Gargoyle, and it's the same deck as last time, minus the addition of the Saber. So, unless they might bring in some longer range guns, yeah.
Stone Rhino is 6 ER large, 7 ER med. Please max shot, running Theta.
2 large pulse, 6 medium pulse, 4 ER small, and old Hassos. Oh, overcharge.
I know, I don't want to talk about it. It's such a weird build. Saber, triple light pack for Mantra, running 2 Kappa.
What's up with Saber? Okay, he's base. He's running flamers.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
So that's very interesting. Foregoing the Epsilon cap to grab Kappa. Good try grabbing Theta here. Really surprising, actually.
Potato Carry is going to do a 6-line walk-up, though. They're going to take the Epsilon side super heavily. They've given up Sigma entirely.
Command confirming that we have
for
possession
Trommel
of
and
Kappa.
Heaven, who are... Heaven, what are you doing?
What is Mantra doing? Are they setting up a gamma trap with their assaults?
That's not a trap, that's a death. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing. I don't like this at all. Good Try is gonna see.
What are they
it,
doing?
Yep, Good Try immediately leaves because he saw 3 assaults in here.
What move, Mantra? Like, they know you're there already. It's over. You're gonna have to do something else. Look the other.
Oh boy.
I'm
Mantra is
slightly
also swinging
confused.
back. Potato Carry is swinging in towards the 6th line. This is just going to be an Epsilon fight. Good old-fashioned MC fight.
I don't know. It looks like there's ER mediums on the Viper, so he's a little bit more of a standoff skirmish. But again, I just didn't like that their attempt at a Gamma Gank. We're gonna look a little bit here to see what kind of was going on more so. Again, the Hellfire. They're gonna try and chase down the Flea here with the right leg.
And try to gank the Flea. Good try to get out.
Yeah.
However, they are running them directly into their firing line.
The enemy is at 25.
Yeah, again, like this is just not a good spot for Mantra to be in.
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, come on. Hey, the Flamers are on this Stone Rhino right now. So then. Yep.
And Potato now has a 4 cap. I think Mantra just won this. I don't know how they lose this.
Yeah.
I think, well, maybe a lot of them are hurt. Actually, I take that back. A lot of them are hurt.
The JBV and the Sabres riding the heat bar right now with the Flamers. Valkyrie's about to go down.
Giving up their assault mechs to die? What?
Trommel's about to go down.
What in the, huh?
Yeah, I don't. What was?
I am.
Well, good news is we're getting drop 5.
I am confusion.
Yeah. What? Unless it's Operation just drag them out as long as possible.
You can't drag it out with 3 mechs, though.
Yeah, you can't.
What? What are you doing?
I'm slightly baffled here.
No, Avid Warrior, it's lagged.
Yeah,
Rabbit's
good try,
gonna come in and
Slag.
save the day, but Rabbit's gonna die. Rabbit's the last one alive.
Yeah,
We've already gained a quarter of the resources.
He's over. Yeah, maybe we are going to drop 5.
From them to stop the bleeding.
Well, Mitsu's all in Mantra's favor right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I really thought that, like, just looking at HP values, like, the Longbow is still relatively okay. Gargoyle has just cooked himself more than anything. The Hellfire was halved. Yeah,
that was definitely one of the games of all time.
that is a game, yes. Looking at the damage numbers here, Trovo doing 95 in the Ice Ferret is the lowest one here. Then we're looking 458 coming from Extra Better in his Longbow. Over here on the Mantra side, damage numbers are actually pretty even for the most part, except for the Red going 406.
I don't think I have anything to say. I don't know if I have anything to say. That was horrible for Potato Carry.
Yeah, everything that could go wrong went wrong. However, it's everybody's favorite bog.
Yep, don't forget we gotta switch sides.
Yep. Oh, they're making us work?
No.
Alright.
Making you work, not me. I'm just here for... I don't know why I'm here. Somebody told me to sign up and I did. And now I'm here. But yeah, wow. I guess every team needs a stomp, seeing as Mantra got stomped in game 1. Looks like Potato gets stomped in game 4, but we are off to a match 5. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we did call it saying it was gonna go to 5, just...
You know what?
Not in the way that we thought it was gonna go.
Thank you for not making a liar out of me, but, Potato Carry, you don't but not required.
Make sure we get the overlays swapped for the match. EU server. Yeah, again, I don't know how to feel.
Like, Potato Carry started off the match playing aggro.
Yeah,
And then
very
we just
strong.
decided halfway through, what if we ran away? What if we didn't fight? What if we turned around and ran away and then died while we were running?
I think they were trying to do an 80% speed run of losing the match the fastest.
Or maybe Mantra's just incapable of having a normal match on that map, because, you know, if you think about it, they got killed by Fidelis in like 5 minutes, and then they killed Potato Carry in 5 minutes.
Maybe that's their like internal timer of we have 5 minutes to play this map and we need to win or lose. I mean, again, props to Mantra for like the unorthodox and somehow making it work, and just by capitalizing on mistakes made. Because like Potato Carry was nothing but filled of mistakes. Like every single opportunity they had to win that drop, they didn't take it. The moment they had a 4 cap, the game was over, because Mantra was already killing their bigs. I don't know. I just. So, Mr. PGI man, I have a question for you.
Oh lord, continue.
So since of the addition of the Stone Rhino, how do you think it's fared so far in comp?
Oh boy. How do I say this without it sounding bad? In comp, 99% of the time, speed is key. And the primary thing that held back the Dire Wolf was its lack of speed. The Stone Rhino went, what if we had the firepower of a Dire Wolf, but made it faster? So, I think the Stone Rhino and the Crusader are two meta-defining new mechs to be added. When it comes to, I would say the Crusader was as meta-defining for quick play, purely because the 6T obviously was, the Krail was not meta-defining, but it was fun. But beyond that, like, you know, I wouldn't really say it was meta-defining. The Stone Rhino, on the other hand, every Stone Rhino variant excelled at something. So I think that the Stone Rhino has quickly solidified itself as one of the best comp assaults you can bring. Do I think the Bane will do that? No. I think the Bane just has a lot less going for it in a competitive environment. Now, obviously, quick play and comp are different things, but I think in a competitive environment, the Bane has a lot less going for it. I think the new light mech will definitely be a staple next CS. I think the new light mech following the Bane will be incredibly powerful for comp. For quick play, I'm not as sure. For comp, I'm positive.
Right. Alright, well, hey, speaking of that, we're going to get the 5th drop on the way. Again, I don't know who's going to win this one. Everything's kind of out the window right now. But I do think you're right with the aspects of the Stone Rhino being basic. I think the Stone Rhino is almost an auto pick on every map, regardless of what it is, because of just how versatile the platform is. Not so much in the sense of like the 6T, for instance. The 6T was, I think, right mech at the right time for the right meta last year.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Mantra, because I'm on team 2, and this is the first time they're on team 2. Mantra is running a Flea, a Void, a Shadowcat, an XC, a Gargoyle, a Stone Rhino, a Viper, and an Arctic. Stop bringing the Arctic Wolf, please. I beg you, stop bringing the Arctic Wolf. It's not good. Or at least the Prime isn't good. What's on their Stone Rhino? ER Large Gross. Okay. Mantra is probably going to play this the same way they played HBG, where they just have a few brawl stops, but then it's a majority cap control trade deck.
well, I don't have anything better for you. We have an Arctic Cheetah, an Osiris, a Madcap Mark II, a Stone Rhino, a Crusader, a Charger, a Jenner 2C, and a Shadowcat. The ever so wonderful Arctic Cheetah is 8 AP Gauss.
I hate
The
it.
Osiris again has been that typical Osiris that they've brought just about every drop. The Mad Cat, 4 AC 5 2 Plasma, 4 AC 10 2 Plasma on the Stone Rhino. I think that's a little bit undergunned actually. 2 Snub 12 Smalls on the Crusader, and then Shadowcat's running typical. It's an N7. What else do you expect of it? And then 4 heavy mediums coming from Good Try and the Gender 2C.
Command coming in.
Cycling through all
Capture
the
and
hills
hold the
now,
resource
somebody
point.
on
Stop
the
any
other
hostiles that get in your way.
Look at them if they want. I'm stealing those strats for that way everybody can see.
We have Gamma.
These castles
Enemy
are
forces
just
have
being
Sigma.
POVs to make sure that we can see the secrets, but there aren't any secrets to be had here.
Yep.
In fact, I would say the only secret is
gained Epsilon.
the fact that somebody still thinks the Madcap Mark IIB is that is a 4
It's
AC
AC5
5
plasma.
2 plasma. Okay, that's a nice night cheer. Mokor is running in, trying to screen for JDB and Neon. They're going to get early control of Theta, and now they're going to swing back for Kappa. Potato Carry is leaning a little bit more center bound with their weight. I think they're going to swing for Kappa and try to set up their 3 cap there. I would definitely say that Potato Carry has a lot more mid-range firepower, so...
Which I think is almost excels at this map a little bit better than like your typical Gaussy or Large, but it depends on the strat, right? They're obviously wanting to push the optimals a lot closer within that 500-600 meters. Again, like the Stone Rhino with 4 AC 10s, 2 Plasma. I think you could throw another Plasma in there, so he's probably going for more speed or a little bit more armor on that arm to kind of help tank a little bit.
Under enemy control.
But
Harry has decided that Kappa is not for them, so they have let Mantra have the 3 cap, and now the trade wars have begun.
Yeah, again.
Is this in the back? Is this? Oh, that's Evan. Evan. Yeah, I'm if Potato Carry gets aggressive,
Which I think they need to right
100%
now.
can win this.
They need to do it right now, and I think that's almost what they're doing. But they need to like just W key KDCM style this.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say they have to W key it. I would say that if they manage to push Trem off of Kappa and they manage to get it, they are in a very good spot. However, Trem does go down to 72%, so he is getting shoved off.
Yeah,
I think if
good
they
try.
get Kappa, they're in a very good spot. But they're gonna have to. It's gonna be tough to take it. They're gonna have to push up more to screen. Like, you can't just send lights to Kappa. You have to push the entire team with it in order to hold back their firing lines to allow your lights to get it. So
Yeah.
if Potato gets aggro, they have the clear drop deck advantage. But I don't understand.
They were so aggressive at the start of this. I don't know what happened to cause the aggro to disappear, because this would have been a perfect aggro push for them, and they just kind of stalled out. Again, and Good Try's bled a lot for it too. He's already down to 79% in that Jenner, and it's a toilet seat. It has really bad hitboxes. So, but it looks like they might be getting a little aggressive here.
I mean, I did fix the hitbox. I'm just gonna throw that out there. He's not gonna get caught out immediately. Red is getting pushed back in the Arctic Wolf. He's falling back into Trem and Neon. However, I don't know if swinging this corner is the best call for Potato. However, if you look, Mantra has fallen back completely to Kappa, and Potato still has Assault sitting in the back of the map. Bud Light is not doing so hot, but you know.
Yeah. Hey, why? This is your opportunity to take Kappa right now. Why are you not taking it? You literally have 90% of the map.
I feel like Potato is just too stagnant. I feel like they're too afraid to walk up. I feel like they're too afraid to take ground. If they moved up to this shelf right here, where Trommel and Good Try are at, they would have a huge advantage. But they're just too scared.
It's I hate to say it, it's almost like that QP mentality of, especially when you're in like your bigger assaults and everything, it's just kind of you need to sit back and just use your other people's armor. But that's not what you need to be doing as a assault mech in a comp, in today's comp especially. You have to not be afraid to die to allow your lights to live and do the damage that they need to do and grab caps, because you have presence.
Valkyr is
People have to deal with you.
And the Mad Cat Extra Better has walked up in the Charger. Rabbit is gonna try to make a play for Kappa. However, as long as Mokor is there untouched, somebody is going to have to clear him out. He is getting screened by Good Try, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough.
Looks like there might be a beta play here too, possibly coming from Potato Carry. Bud Light's down to 70% and dropping very fast. Again, the HP fight is still pretty even though. Like,
it's even, but Potato's just too stagnant. They need they need to make a play.
The SR needs to get forward.
Caps are almost critical. Like they need to get a third.
Good Try's liked.
And Kappa's the best to do it. Who is? Sorry.
Good Try's liked.
Oh, that's not great.
Yeah, I mean he's in a Jenner with heavy medium, so it's but still, like again the fight back here on the spawn of.
Patchy's making a play for Theta. This might actually be enough. Mokor's coming back. Okay, so now that Mokor is going to deny Theta, Trommel is getting Kappa. This is key. However, caps are really critical. Will a 3-cap win? Yes, a 3-cap.
Yeah,
no, a
3-cap
should win this. A 3-cap will not win this. Especially if they can't get Kappa.
If he could just decap Theta, I think it's a bit of a different. Like he might be able to help.
Theta,
but
it's fine.
He's dead. It doesn't matter.
Down. He gave his life for.
Command confirming that we have possession of
Potato,
Kappa.
please. This ain't it.
Yeah, you need. You have them shoved into a corner, Potato. Viper goes down by Bud Light. Bud Light needs to get aggressive. He needs to just throw his mech at them. They just need to either kill or cap at this point.
Valkyr is about
and
to
honestly,
swing. Extra Better is in Zimbabwe. Almost trying to get aggro. Like, they have Potato Carry corralled. I mean, Potato Carry has corralled
down.
Mantra into the back of the map. Mantra's getting Gamma. I think
this is.
I think this is it.
Mantra with the reverse
5,
sweep?
Yeah, they've won. Potato Carry is just delaying the inevitable now.
Yeah, again, it's just. I think it was rookie mistakes, I think.
They have resource point Gamma.
Like, yeah, this game's essentially done. Mantra has the HP pool, they have the mech advantage. Yeah, I think, again, it's just...
What's happening?
Congrats to Mantra for pulling it out.
But, like... Potato Carry. It was in the palm of your hand. Extra Better is probably gonna kill the red here. Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know. Okay, no, we're done. Next game. Bring on Revenants. Bring on DSC. I'm over this. I'm over it. We're done. We're done. Next game, please. Chicken Man, get in here. Bacon Lord, get in here. It's over. We're done.
Woo! Oh. Congrats, Mantra. This is, yeah.
Good try. Good. I can't.
Trommel's down, yeah.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
Like, Mantra, again, just somehow managing.
Why? Oh,
Managed.
I don't like this.
They managed to pull it off on
Potato
drop
carry.
5.
Snapping defeat from the jaws of victory.
I
don't.
Yeah.
The enemy has capped enough resources. We've failed.
I think just mistakes were made, and they were glaring mistakes. Potato Carry can come back from this, 100%.
Next game, please.
Yeah. We're gonna look at damage numbers here. Trem 730 on the Hellfire. Over here, poor Patchy with 2 damage.
They sent him to die for Theta.
And then
They
Bud
fed
Light
him to the
695.
wolves.
Potato, yeah. Yeah, again, just mistakes were made and they got capitalized on. Bud Light 695, 1 kill. Trem 730, 1 kill.
I don't understand.
So,
Get him out of the lobby. We're moving on. My heart can't take it.
Alright, well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in onto this drop. Catch us in about a couple of minutes. We're actually going to be doing the 10th Legion. The 10th Iron Guards, my apologies. 10th Iron Guards Revenants versus Drop C Corsairs in the next match. We'll be going on in about 5 to 6 minutes. So there's going to be a small little break in between just so we can get everything set up, get some water, stretch our legs for a second, and then we're going to go right back into it. So, I'm muted.
I'm not even gonna take a break. I'm just gonna talk. Let me know once you're back because I'm angry.
Okay.
I am so mad. I voted for Potato Carry. I wanted them to win. They had it in the palm of their hands and they didn't. Why? Because, well, they won on HPG handily, and then they... What was the second map? Bear Claw. They won on Bear Claw handily, and then they lost the next 2 games. Yeah, I will see all of you viewers in 5 minutes. We're gonna take a break, and then we will be up with Dark Sea Corsairs versus Revenants.
the 10 Lyran Guards Revenants versus the Dark Sea Corsairs. This one's gonna be a little bit more of a fun matchup. Some little bit of history between some players on both sides. So yeah, you got anything to say about this one, Tios?
Still mad about the last game, so no. Potato Carry, you were this close to greatness, and if I didn't predict you, if I didn't bet on you, I wouldn't be as mad, but that was something. But yeah, 10th Lyran Guards, Revenants, formerly known as 5JDX, formerly known as Black Omen, formerly known as, I don't know, JGXB team, against Dark Sea Corsairs, who has like 6 to 10 Equilibrium players on their team. So names are weird.
Is it the Equilibrium Corsairs at this point?
I want to say it's Dark Sea Equilibrium.
Yeah. That one might fit a little bit better. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I am betting. I don't know. I'm actually gonna bet a 3-0. Not because I am underestimating Revenants, but because Dark Sea Corsairs has just had that much of a glow up. I think that I'm expecting a 3-0 or a 3-1 DSC victory. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, 10 Lyra Guards has a lot of the mix-up of pilots. Like, you have Carbon and Villain from Mechandorius from last year. You also have, like, against a lot of the old 5J guys are there. You know, Django, Monk. No Bacon, which is interesting.
Also, I'm just gonna say this now. I know you're called Revenants. I am sorry if I say your name wrong. However, you all still have 5 JDX tags. So I'm going to make a mistake. I apologize. But yeah. Oh, Dark Sea Corsairs tagged up a lot of them. They're almost all unified now. Go them. But yeah, I don't know. Are we ready to start the map in?
Yeah, if you want to send it to them real quick. I'm just trying to find my sticky note, but that's... Yeah, I'm weird. I do all of my notes on sticky notes.
Yeah. So
oh, there's
who do
Bacon.
I think both of these teams are fairly versed in all maps. I am betting Revenants will want to play Bog, and I am betting Dark Sea Corsairs will want to play HPG. So let's see who decides to pick.
Yeah, so it's 10 Lion Guards are the ones to pick first. Then it'll be Dark Sea.
Come on, pick. Come on, pick. Pick a map. Pick a map. If you don't pick a map, I'm banning you from MWO.
They pick Bearclaw first.
Oh, my prediction was wrong. But I said Dark Sea Corsairs would pick HPG.
Are you gonna go 0-2?
They're gonna pick
It'd be
HPG.
very funny.
Yeah!
It
I have
is HPG.
1 out of 3 predictions correct because I also said that Potato Carry would win.
Yeah, I think I voted Potato Carry too. What's we map 2? Don't send me a friend request. We got Terra's drop 3. Let the Q Dodgers win. Waiting on BSC.
Oh, Bog is drop 5. Why is Bog always drop 5?
I think it's because people don't like Bog.
If you swap HPG and Bear Claw, this is the same order as last match.
Yeah. Alright, so now we have map sides. Please just make our lives easy. Looks like 10 Iron Guards is gonna be team 2.
Oh, yeah, and then HPG is gonna be a swap.
Yeah. Come on, map 3. Oh. Hera, same sides.
These guys take way too long to pick.
File it with the complaint department.
We need to make this a lightning round. You have a minute to pick, or else you forfeit.
Forfeit the entire competition.
A minute total.
Hmm. Man, I feel like these are gonna be just like from lobbies where everyone takes 30 minutes to get one drop done. Oh, hey, we have same sides again, I think, yeah.
Come on, 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 come on. Pick the same side for Bog so we don't have to do work.
No.
Fuck. Can I swear with this? Yes, I can.
Yeah, I think so. Alright, so the map order is going to be Bear Claw, HPG, Terra, Frozen City, and Bog.
Bing back Bog.
Bing back Bog.
Which teams?
Right, go ahead and go.
Gotta
Yeah.
check again.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. 5, JD. Already did it. Team 2 is... Team 2 is Revenant. We gotta swap.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Nobody move, nobody do anything. Just let me make this as
So yeah, I'm predicting
pain-free as possible.
a 3-0 or a 3-1 sweep in favor of Dark Sea Core 6.
Yeah, I can see it.
That is what I am predicting.
I kind of want this to go to drop 5 again. Alright, getting the timer started.
Alrighty. What do I think? I think BSC... Ooh. I don't think they're gonna do like a runaround cap strat the same way that Potato Carry and Mantra did. But I do think they are going to do a control strat. I don't think they're gonna run at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think so either. It's not their style of play. Like if you look past throughout the DSC's play throughout the entire year, there's been a lot of aggression, but they also have showed that they're not afraid to really leverage like their skill. 'Cause like you have Basalt, who's arguably one of the best traders in the game. Chicken, who's just one of the best overall players. Like, there's not many people that can go up against Chicken and win against him in a 1v1. And then you also have Nyan, who's, again, really, really good aim, right up there next to Assault. You also have the infamous Stim. His light play and his situational awareness of the game has just been something that, again, has been talked about for ages. But then you also have on the other side of 5J, or formerly known as 5J. A lot of those people have been playing together for a while. They've been training with JGX, also known as Fidelis Machina. You also have, again, one of the best traders of the game, Carbon, as well in there. Bacon, who again led this team formerly known as 5J towards their second place win in last year's tournament. I think he did take a bit of a break, and now he's coming back for this one. You have Monk and Django, two of probably the top 10 players in this game right now as well. So there's a lot of skill on the table. I think wins are gonna be based off of who makes the first mistake and who can capitalize on it.
I think 5JDX is going to run a 5-man wolf pack, and they're going to try to run around, get picks, and kill people.
Makes sense. It's effective.
But I don't know. Of course, first thing is that 5JDX has to trim some of their players. Given the fact that they have 11 in a lobby right now. I don't understand why people always try to join with their full 12. It just makes the caster's life hard.
You know, sometimes you just want to get people some screen time. You know, their 30 seconds of fame. I know we did it against Blob. You know, kind of everyone hit him with the "Hi, Mom, I'm on camera." You know. So the really unfortunate thing about Bear Claw is like the drop zones are so close together, you can't really tell anything off of spawns. Like, there's some maps you can kind of tell, like, oh yeah, they're gonna, you know, do a push down the right side, or hey, they're gonna set up for more of a traditional trade strat. You can't really do that necessarily with Bear Claw.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you can still tell a bit, and I don't know. I already gave my predictions. I stand by them, but I do think that my predictions for Revenants might be a bit worse, just because I'm not as familiar with them. But I mean, you and I have both played for Dark Sea at some point, so we both are pretty familiar with how they operate, and yeah, I think a 3-cap control, sit as far back as you can with something like an ER large Goss Stone Rhino, you know, an ER large XE. I think that's pretty much in the bag. I think that's exactly what DSC is gonna do.
Yeah, I definitely know they do like the XE. It's just such a versatile platform, especially with the introduction of the Executioner M last year. Really kind of gave it a lot more of a stronger edge to its sword, quote unquote. So both teams look like to be at that 475, so not utilizing that 5 extra tons, which is okay. About 475 to 480 has typically been the sweet spot for a lot of teams.
Yeah,
it doesn't really give anything away either.
I would say in these previous years, compared to, like, you know, MWO Comp or Worlds in 2017, 2018, 2019, I would say tonnage has always been key, and that if you could get that 5 extra tons, there's almost always a better option that's 5 tons heavier. But I would say nowadays, you know, that's not always the case. Like, say you're 10 tons under. What are you gonna do? Up-ton your Shadowcat, up-ton your Ice Ferret, up-ton your Spider? Like, there are no better options than those. Or, like, say you're in a push deck, what are you gonna do? Up-ton your Charger or your Skull? Like, I would say tonnage isn't really the most deciding factor anymore.
So, I mean, and that makes me think and wonder, is it just because the 45 tonners are so good that 50 tonners are to a point of not really being good anymore, or at all? Or Is it just player preference, strat preference?
I don't know. I think it's that we've sort of moved away from tonnage with how strong some of the quirks or how strong some of the hardpoint configs on these mechs are. But we don't have to waste time anymore. They're locked. We don't have to kill any time by talking about idle things. So let's get to it.
I think this is going to be... This one's probably everyone's most anticipated match to see so far. Because, again, there's a lot of history again between the two teams. Especially with the pilots that are on each team. Right, I'm flying over towards the Sigma side.
Alrighty. Fifth Revenant is running a Stone Rhino, Marauder 2C, Atlas RS, Blackjack, Ice Ferret, Viper, Javelin, Osiris. So this is gonna be a very It's gonna be a mid-range vomit sort of just walk at the end.
Yeah. Again, DSC, you have a Stornado SR6, the Ice Ferret J, a Marauder 4L. That's gonna be Goss Peep. You have a Shadowcat, Mr. Pichu, gonna be the typical one. You have the Flea 19, a Blackjack 1X, a Jenner 2C2, and a Longbow Overcharge. What's on the Blackjack? It's gonna be binaries. Longbow is gonna be 4 large and 6 ER mediums. Very interesting. I know the ER mediums and large lasers are gonna be about the same cooldown. 4 large pulses, 7 ER mediums on the Stone Rhino 6, and again 2 Goss 2 ER PPC on the 4L.
I would say 5JD Revenants has a sustained advantage. Sustained DPS if they can sort of force a drawn-out, protracted fight. But if DSC does manage to keep them at arm's length, does manage to force them to poke and trade throughout the whole match, they definitely have this one in the bag. Dimrog is just waiting on Theta, waiting for somebody to walk up, probably so we can get an easy burn. DSC doesn't really seem to care too much about caps. They got their home cap, and beyond that, I think they're just playing it a little slower, a little safer.
Yeah. Did you take a look at Carbon's Stone Rhino?
Oh, I did. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I'm very curious to see how this one plays. Magic and Stam again are playing the Theta. Yeah, he has nerds.
Yeah, he's trying to get that early. Huh?
Carbon self-destructed!
He alpha striked.
He alpha'd. Oh no! Well, that's interesting. Can we get F's in the chat for Carbon, please?
We have gained Epsilon.
Now that this is a completely, this is a completely different game now.
Dark Sea Corsairs doesn't want to play this unsafe though. They're just gonna play their game, even though the opposing team is an assault mech down. They're not really gonna get any more aggro. They're just gonna get caps and they're just gonna control for as long as they can.
Bacon is just taking a lot of damage in that Blackjack. He's down to already 68% and dropping very rapidly. Trading against the DSC line is just not a good idea for him at the moment. Same build as Chickens. Yeah, in order to make this fight anywhere remotely close, like, the Lyran Guards are gonna have to pick another assault. And without taking any damage for it again. But if you look at DSC, they're all stacked on that Theta side with a lot of their trade and everything. Not having that Stone Rhino is really going to hurt. They're going to make the push now with the Atlas RS pushing.
Oh, no, I don't like this, but I mean, I don't know.
They're jumping Nyan.
Carbon already died. Revenant is gonna be hard pressed in order to get this. It's going to take bold action, and that's what they're trying to do here.
Nyan gets picked.
Yonder goes down to legs. Assault is just farming here in the center. He's about to get ran down, but I don't know. Losing the Stone Rhino just hurts so much. I don't see how Revenants can win this.
Assault's giving his back to a machine gun mech right now. Kogert goes down. Banky goes down. Assault goes down. Simrock's down to 70%, but I don't really think that matters a whole terrible lot. No, never mind. He goes down. Sleepy's Django goes down. You have Monk and Sleepy both like Monk at 68, Sleepy at 53.
Chicken Lord. Wow. Chicken Man is doing everything he can to sort of stay in cover,
Monk is
stay
down.
away from those lights, poke them as much as he can. He's getting rained down by Viper, but Chicken is lagged. Sleepy Human is not long. Sleepy Human goes down. Yeah, this
Canadian's
is
down. Yeah.
This is a DSC win.
And it's not even.
We've gathered enough resources.
Again, who can capitalize on the mistake first? Like who? That's yeah. Looking at damage numbers here, looks like Monk with 301 kill in the Atlas, and then over on the DSC side, it looks like you have Hollow in the 4L doing 490 right behind him with Chicken at 482.
Yeah. You said Carbon Fire had like 6 medium pulse, 6 CR meds, and
So
2
he
large pulse?
It was 2 large pulse, 6 CR mediums, and 7 medium pulse lasers.
Yeah, so if you Alpha Strike, that's enough to put you in the dirt.
Yeah. What was he even shooting?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. That was something. All right. Next map is HPG Manifold. We are going to swap sides here.
Oh, let me fix servers. HPG. Yeah, again, I think all that tonnage off the board immediately does not help in the slightest.
No. Losing any mech for free, but I mean, losing a 100-tonner is just... Ooh, boy. But yeah, moving on to HPG. Let's see. How do I think they're gonna play this? I've scrimmed both these teams, so assuming they play the strats we've done in scrims, I know how they're going to play it. If I was to predict, assuming I don't know anything, Darksea Corsairs definitely, like you said, they have some of the best traders currently in the game. So I would not be surprised if there was a lot of ER large Goss on the walls, a very strong Wolfpack in the center. Stimrog does prefer his more pokey trade strafe sort of non-brawl lights, so I wouldn't be surprised if Darksea Corsairs is a lot less committal with their brawl deck and is more playing around, you know, getting a 3-cap, holding it, and trading it.
Yeah, I think realistically both sides we're just gonna see pretty much the exact same decks from both sides, exact same strat. You're gonna have 1 to 2 mechs on the wall. The rest are gonna be playing that lower bowl almost. Again, I think whoever takes Theta is really going to put the pressure on the other team to either get a pick, take another cap, or just force more pressure down there.
I don't know. I don't really want to... Well, it hurts to call Last Drop a win for DSC because Carbon Fire deciding that he was tired of living. But, yeah, I don't know. This might just be, let's see how things go within even playing field. Let's see how things fare
Yeah.
out when it's a full 8v8.
Yeah, I really want to, like, because you hate to see that both as like a player on either side of the ball, and as well as someone who's watching it and everything. Because you want to see these two heavyweights go and slug it out, but if you have that one mistake that just ends costing it big time, it's just something that doesn't really feel good. Because the momentum's not there, you're not feeling confident about yourself because it's just a cook. And I'm watching the chat's reaction to Carbon cooking himself, and there's a lot of Fs. A lot of Fs. But let's hope he remembers his override this time.
No,
Or to
let's hope
unoverride,
he-
I should say.
Let's hope he remembers his weapon groups. Override was what
Yeah.
got him killed.
Yeah, I'm just watching it back. It just that could have been such a slugfest if that one thing didn't happen.
Well, and now we're gonna see. DSC is locked in with a pretty even map spread. With Carbon, or not DSC, Revenants is locked in with a pretty even map spread. So I'm pretty sure they're just gonna do. Well, I mean, it looks like they're just gonna do ER large trade on wall, heavy wolf pack in center, but
Yeah. I think again.
uh,
Are we gonna see basement brawl?
no, I don't
Basement
think we're gonna
boys?
see basement brawl. I don't think either of these teams would do basement brawl, but I mean, looking at their lances, Revenants is definitely a bit more front heavy. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have as many mechs on the wall, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Yep, we are waiting on them to just lock. They're at 475 for DSC. House is in Charlie by himself, but again, that really doesn't. He's gonna go get a cap.
Yeah,
That's pretty much
exactly.
it.
He's just gonna run off, get a cap, and then regroup with the team.
Yeah. Yeah,
Come on, chicken.
There we go. All right. All right. Going towards the
Alrighty.
other side.
Who do we have here? Let's see. On the Revenant side, Phoenix Hawk 7S, Longbow Overcharge, Direwolf W, XEM, Osiris 1P, Jenner 2C2. Oopsies, I am showing the wrong side. Give me 1 second. Forgot to swap their sides on the scoreboards. And
I
let's
got-
see.
Carbon, a Corsair 7A, Django and a Javelin, Shadow and a Mislinks, Cougar and the Viper, Bacon Lord and a 1X. We got a 7V from Luminos, and a Night Gear coming from 10 Byron as well. With the Night Gear coming from Sleepy, and I think that one's going to be Daka. And Monk and a Stalker 4N, that's interesting. I know that one has the HSL, so you'll be able to pack like 3 binaries and 3 mediums.
It'd be really cool if the logo. There we go. All right. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like
we have Gamma.
Jade Kite, Stalker 4N, and Longbow 7V feels like center control. Feels like they're gonna put a lot of their bigs right in the middle.
Well, so that Longbow's 4 large 5ER mediums with 2 rocket launchers to get the damage negation for the missiles. But I feel like that's missing a gun.
Ooh,
Unless
House
I'm
is
mistaken.
Kappa is under
House
enemy
is running a
control.
snub
We have
Phoenix
gained
Hawk.
Epsilon.
No, for the 7V, 4 large 5ER meds is the correct amount. It does have 9 energy.
I'm thinking of the overcharge then.
Monkiazzo running 3 binary. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. DSC's lights need to play a lot carefully. A lot more carefully, just because if Revenants does walk up with this extreme amount of mid-range firepower, they are going to be in a prime position to immediately burn the legs off of any light that shows up.
Yeah. You get a little bit of a trade-off between Stim and Django, with the Corsair kind of gaining a little bit in that action. Django worse for around that HP trade.
Yeah. Darkseed Corsairs, their lights have clearly seen that they are outgunned in the middle. They're pulling it back. They're playing a little safer. I think they're gearing up to do a 5-man rush to Theta. Simrog's going in to scout it. Nope, never mind. He's just running across.
Does he still have his Narc? Yes, he does. Okay.
Yes.
In typical Stimrock fashion. I think Narcs is one of those underutilized tools that a lot of teams really don't use a whole lot, because they can give you so much information for about that 30-second time span, if I remember correctly. But again, Lumi's over here. Just as you were saying, there's a lot of mid-range hold from the 10 Iron guards. Playing within their optimals and just so far just kind of dominating this match in the trade.
Yeah,
I think like the lights from DSC have to get active somehow.
I think they're very afraid to do it though.
Yeah.
Shadow Ace is going back to full cap Epsilon.
Chicken's gonna look for intel over here.
House is getting very close, trying to get better angles. What does Sleepy have in his Jade Kite? 5 large pulls. Okay.
Oh, really? Interesting. And Magic and Stim are pushing the left side here.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to get something.
Overwhelming firepower advantage Revenants has right now. DSC does seem to be pulling slightly ahead in trades, but everybody is still almost entirely fresh, so I wouldn't entirely say it's an issue right now.
Yeah, you have Carbon and Sleepy down in the 70 percentile as well. Basalt and Nyan. Basalt's at 92 in his Direwolf, and Nyan's down to 85 in the Exi. And then I believe, Hollow's still relatively fresh in the Longbow.
Yeah. Sleepy Human does have to drop. Oh, yeah. Revenant's mechs are not looking good right now. Sleepy Human is almost open CT. Nightgear, well known for having a massive CT. Basalt is pretty much fresh in his Dire. Windscape is fresh. Yander's doing alright. Not great, but alright. Yeah. Caps are not critical, but they might be critical here soon. But Revenant is just bleeding too much armor.
Yeah.
I would say this match is far from over, but it's a very early lead in favor of DSC health-wise.
DSC's going in. DC's going in for the basement.
Ooh. Oh, a beautiful opening burn from Bacon Lord. Doesn't really get punished for it. Cougar's caught alone.
Cougar's gonna get caught.
Yeah, he's gonna get legged before he can escape. Oh, maybe. Yep, he's legged.
Yeah.
He does manage to jump up to safety, but DSC isn't even gonna follow him. They're just going to run down Monkiazzo and the Stalker and Sleepy Human.
Yeah, that's a very dangerous place to peek. Yeah, this is dangerous to peek.
Oh my goodness.
Nyan's gonna shove. Yeah, Nightgear goes down.
Yep. Shadow Ace is just running in the Ebony Shadow.
Lumi has a backshot angle on DSC right now from the left-hand side.
Lumi and Cougar are sneaking in. However, DSC's turning around to deal with them.
Yeah. Chicken's down to 45 and dropping fastly. They are trying to take data, but they're bleeding a lot for this. Chicken basically needs to get out of dodge. Bacon's going to push in here.
I think DSC has won the basement fight, which means that they've won the match. I think DSC has won. I think it's over. I think DSC is about to pull out with a round 2 win. Unless they throw
goes
tremendously, whoever wins the brawl down in the basement is just the one who wins the match.
Windscape goes down.
Osiris, Monkiazzo, and
the
Bacon
Dire's
Lord
dropping
in, trying to get as much damage as they can.
Django kills Shadow. Bacon kills Nyan. Monk goes down. Yeah, this again is just should be a DSC win.
Halfway to victory. We need to keep holding on.
Yeah, now goes Bacon. Yep. Carbon, 1 Corsair in a dream.
He went from the first to die to the last to die. But now 5 JDF, or now Revenant can't stop the caps. DSC's gonna run around. Bassalt's gonna swing around in the Dire. Ooh, will he? Carbon manages to get a shot off without dying. Maybe. Oh, nope, that's it.
Yeah.
I am surprised to see a Corsair 7A. It's not a bad mech. I would equate the Corsair to the ER large Banshee. Can bring very good firepower to bear, but in the age of the current trading power, its CT is just way too big.
Yeah, I know personally playing with Carbon, he loves that mech to death, and there's no one that can play it better than he can. But like when you're trading against, and I think he feels confident trading against like the dire, like Basalt and a Dire Wolf or a Stone Rhino. I think he felt confident in it. I just think they banked too much on it.
Well, I mean, I would definitely agree the Corsair is 100% a comfort pick. Seeing as Neon Dare dropped early, and it was almost just Basalt and Carbon 1v1ing. I would say that confidence might be a little misplaced, but that's just me.
Yeah. Looking at damage numbers here, you have House and the Phoenix Hawk 7S, the Snubs doing 561 with 2 kills. Over on the 10 Lyran Guards, you're looking at the highest damage of 466 from Carbon with the Corsair 7A. Everyone else had about 100 to 200 damage. So,
hurt. Especially when your deck has so much more mid-range power. It definitely hurts to lose a brawl. I am a little surprised. I would say Revenants brought a much stronger deck if they played it correctly, but I mean, if you look at the basement fight though, they were just completely out of sorts. They allowed themselves to get picked off one by one, you know, split off into a group of 3 and a group of 2, and then Darkseid just had pretty much full freedom for, you know, whichever split off group they wanted to fight first. And I think at that point, HPG is one of those maps where if you have a basement brawl, whoever wins that brawl wins the game 95% of the time. And Darkseid Corsairs won that brawl handily.
yeah. It's like, I mean, everyone likes to kind of, you know, make fun of the basement brawl, but it can be extremely effective in winning the fight immediately. Because I think it's that moment of, oh, there's a lot of mechs here, hey, we need to kill them, or hey, we need to retreat. Either way, someone's going to be bleeding armor, and someone's probably going to lose a leg, like we saw with the Viper. And there's not a whole lot to be able to fight there. So, I know you're bringing, like, the possibility of, like, HPG Classic coming back. Do you think that this fight would have been completely different if that map was played instead of this one?
Nope. No. Well, I mean, it would have been played differently because they're different maps, but I think the outcome would have been the same.
Mm-hmm. So again, score right now is going to be DSC 2 wins to 10th Lyran Guards 0. 10th Lyran Guards basically need to pull a mantra here and just reverse sweep this. Yeah, if you're 10th Lyran Guards, what are you thinking?
That is what they're thinking. Just, how do we do this?
Yeah. I think what's been really surprising, also, is, like, the use of Daka between the two drops so far. Like, Mantra and Potato Carry, there was quite a bit of heavy use of Daka. Because, you know, they did get buff before CS started. And then now, again, we have and now looking at this one, there's really not a whole lot of Daka being played, necessarily.
I would say Daka is a lot better if you can rely on your team or your opponents to sort of force the enemy's hand and brawl non-stop, but I mean, neither of these teams are the type of team to do that, in my opinion. Revenants is fully locked, waiting on Darkseid Corsairs. I think Dark Sea Corsairs is just going to run a very cookie cutter vomit mid-range trade deck. I don't think we're going to see a run around the map and cap like we did for Potato and Mantra. But yeah,
Your
I still hold
your
true to my
DSC and you're
prediction
feeling
that it'll
good.
be a 3-0.
Yeah. DSC is feeling good. They're feeling nice and warm, ready to rock, and they're just gonna go in there and just run what they always do. Because to them right now, their thought process is we have the better pilots, so let's go prove it. And this is probably what this deck's gonna be. It's gonna be a lot of vomit, a lot of skill showing, and it's just plain and simple right there. So, 10th Lyran just has to pull off all the stops to even get this to drop 4. They have to play quite literally perfect, and just take every single mistake the DSC makes and capitalize on it tenfold. So, 10 Lyran here is kind of set up in a 3-3-2, 2 in Alpha, 3 Bravo, 3 Charlie. If I remember correctly, I think they might be pushing for a little bit more of the Charlie side here on Terra from the Team 1. Correction, of course, Epsilon. The 2 in Alpha are probably just going to be there to go grab Sigma and then maybe flank from a Theta side. Could we see a Volcano play?
No. Neither of these teams, in my opinion, are the type to do it. It takes, well, I mean, Mantra is the type to do it, but I would say both these teams are very dead set in playing the current, meta. So I wouldn't see. Yeah, I don't really see them doing it. Yeah. Unless it's some super weird, cheeky scout play, but I wouldn't expect them to commit to it for long.
Yeah, I think definitely with a lot of the new weapons too have kind of like pushed the meta more so into the kind of having the speed and the adaptability to do everything. And kind of really not so much of that really focal into the archetypes of certain builds and everything. But anyways, both teams are locked. We're gonna drop here. Make sure everything's running on stream well. Okay. I think with this one running so fast, I think we might actually be catching up the time to where for the next match is going to be Vile versus 1FR.
I believe the next match is supposed to start in 15 minutes. Wow, go us.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to fly over to the Gamma side.
Alright. We have Dark Sea Corsairs running a Shadowcat, a Hunchback 2C, a Flea, a Viper, an Xe, a Dire Wolf, a Stone Rhino, and a Spider 5V. The Cap Spider strikes again.
I mean,
I am. No, actually, I'm not really surprised to see a Hunchback 2CA.
Oh, you think you can just see one Cap Spider? You're wrong. Simrog's in a 5V. Oh, I'm on the wrong side then. Yeah, we got Docker from Carbon with the KDK3, a Madcat Mark 2B, Javin 11F, Osiris 1P, Ice Ferret, SR1, and another Viper. So probably gonna be a Daka push again. Nice to see that the 1P is getting some usage.
Madcat Mark II with 4 5s and 2 plasmas.
We have gained Epsilon.
Please, just
Kappa is under enemy
bring
control.
the correct amount of firepower for guys, I am not enthused with the Kodiak 3. The Kodiak 3 feels like
Resource point
another
beta is
comfort mech.
ours.
That is not a good mech in comp.
I think the thought process was how can we get high mounted DACA, and we're already bringing in SR1.
Yeah, but I mean, even then,
So
it's just too fragile.
yeah, if only if there was somebody that could make it a little bit better.
No. Magic Paint Glove and House seem to be. They're interested in Sigma. I don't know if they'll end up getting it, but Revenant's currently does have the 3 cap, but I don't think they'll be able to hold Sigma. So very.
What is
soon,
Ghosty doing?
Simrog's going back to Gamma. Yeah, very soon. DSC will have the 3 cap. I stand corrected. I said they wouldn't do what Potato Carry did, but they are doing exactly what Potato Carry did.
Yeah.
So
Come look at Ghosty. Come look at this angle.
oh yeah, I like
That's
that.
a thing.
Forces have
Yeah.
Sigma.
It's gonna be almost impossible to take that cap from her. So yeah,
Well,
like I
someone's
said,
gonna go try.
I said that they aren't gonna do exactly what Potato Carry did, but DSC is doing exactly what Potato Carry did. So let's see if they can pull it off. I think just looking at their composition and their current placements, I think they're going to be able to hold this cap for the entire match. I don't know about you, but they immediately look a lot more stable than Potato Carry ever did.
Absolutely, I agree. There's just something there's that skill gap that's kind of essentially really being shown here. Is just like DSC's ability to do the same strat and make it work even more effective and take different angles and kind of really show how you're supposed to do it. I'm really curious to see if they've watched the Potato Carry match and be like, oh, hey, we're gonna do that, but we're gonna do it even better. Watch this.
Revenant is gonna make a pretty strong play for Sigma. Magic's gonna have to back off. However, with Basalt and Yandere on Overwatch, I'm not sure how they'll be able to get the cap, especially since none of their mechs have extreme range. All their mechs are DACA. So
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how they plan to challenge Basalt. And also, they've taken everybody off Epsilon. I would not be surprised if this is Stimrog. Yup, he's going around. He will probably go for Epsilon here shortly, just to establish that temporary 4 cap. But yeah, I fail to see how Revenants will be able to take this cap back. As long as DSC doesn't bleed any extreme armor, they will be fine.
Again, really, it's just 10th Iron needs to find the mistake. And they need to find the mistake and find the next one and the next one and basically roll that into the win in order to keep going.
So, as somebody who's fought this strat a lot, Sigma is never the play. Sigma is always a trap. You need to get Gamma. Gamma is your easiest option, and you need to get Theta, Gamma, Epsi. The fact that both Mantra and Revenants are putting so much force into Sigma makes it very clear to me that they haven't played against this strat that much, and they haven't realized what the primary ways to counter it are. Chicken Man is going to get a little bit of a duel with Shadow Ace up here. I'm pretty sure Shadow Ace is legged. He's already legged.
Right.
He's an Osiris legged on top of the volcano. I don't know what he's going to do. Chicken Man immediately gets the legs and leaves. Doesn't even stay to kill, which is the absolute smart play. JP Django tried to get Gamma only to fail thanks to the Hunchback on Overwatch, and now House is coming in to pick a fight. Actually, it's 2v1. I was about to say, I don't know if House
2v1.
wins that 1v1.
That could become a 4v2 very quickly if they're not
House
careful.
is legged.
Yep.
Oh, House is gonna have to make Gamma his home, but
JP's running away.
House is gonna die to the Wolfpack. However, there is a way this Wolfpack can get Gamma. They have to send 3 of their mechs to run down everybody else in order to burn armor and buy time for somebody to get Gamma. But if they can't do that, then they're just not gonna get it.
They're focused on killing. Yeah, down goes House. And then now you have that
But
Hunchback way off in the distance.
They aren't burning anybody to get Gamma though. Neander is still there. They're just running down Ghosty, who's just farming.
I don't even think they're gonna run her down. I think they were trying to find Stim to kill him. I think they have an inkling of where she is, but I mean, Cougar knows now, but there's just so many angles on Gamma that, like, for them to try and take, there's no way that they can take it, because you have your large trader way up there that's trading, and then you have the Hunchback over there as well. Again, just really, really great positioning from DSC. Like, it doesn't even matter that DSC's down a mech right now. And Epsilon's going down as well. Yep, he's dead. Straight CT.
Swinging hard in their bags. I think it's over at this point.
Yep.
I think that even if Revenants kills everybody in DSC right now, which they just killed Hollow, Basalt is looking pretty hurt. I think it's over. Stimrog has just gotten Epsilon. I assume that's Stimrog. So it's over. Caps or win. This is going to be a 3-0 in favor of DSC. Oh no, it's not Stimrog. It's Chicken Man. But I mean, even then, it's over.
Yeah. Hey, you were talking about not really seeing an ear large Gauss Direwolf. There's one here. Again, never say never. Just perfect setup, perfect execution, and just absolute hard counter to everything that 10th Lyran brought. So, again, congrats DSC. Gonna move on to the next round.
And we shall see Revenants in the losers bracket, which is interesting because it's interesting because both of these teams are in contention to get top 4. I would say Revenants top 4, DSC top 2. Yet, just due to how seeding goes, one of them immediately had to go to the
Yeah. So, looking at the damage here, Nye at 747, 1 kill in the Executioner. Followed up right behind is going to be Basalt and the Direwolf W at 630. 10th Lyran, your highest damage is going to be Monk at the SR1 with 565, 1 kill. And you have 2 double Ds from 10th Lyran with House getting a double D as well. So, again, congratulations, DSC. Very, very clear-cut, concise win.
It's not that I'm disappointed. Well, actually, no, I am. I was expecting a 3-0, but I wasn't expecting this much of a 3-0. Well, I mean, Carbon Fire did die for free in game 1, so there's that. However, we're gonna take a 5-minute break so then we can start on time for game 3. So we will see you all soon with the upcoming Vile against FRR.
Yeah.
third match of the day. Vile
Oh.
versus...
Another day, another victory for
Hello?
the OG, taking down the sweats.
Vile just picked HPG.
Chicken?
And
Am I supposed to be here?
Bear Claw,
I don't think so.
if you want to.
I see myself. I mean, I'm on the sheet. I looked at the sheet.
We're live, by the way.
Oh, hello, people.
Yeah, it looks like you're here. Chicken's gonna join us for this cast, so it's gonna be a fantastic time. So the last one is
I
gonna be...
can leave. It could just be you two guys. You seem like a good couple.
Now we're waiting on the team decisions here. See what side they're gonna play on. Okay. Yeah, Chicken, you know what? Since you're here, we're kind of waiting on sides. Never mind, sides got picked. Vile picks Team 1 for HPG.
I don't know here. If Chicken wants to cast, put him in the
Two?
lobby, and I will do my thing.
I don't need to do any streaming, right?
No,
You just have to
Okay.
stream to 2.
no, I'm
Oh, I have to.
streaming to 2. We're fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're streaming to 2? Okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
Oh, yeah.
So
Here you go, Chicken.
All right.
this is going to be a little interesting because, well, so I did predict this to be another 3-0, and I mean, I don't have anything against FRR, but, you know, it's Vile. Vile is in contention for top 2. If I was to say what the gold final would be, I would say it would be Vile against DSC. Assuming they don't see each other beforehand, I haven't looked at the bracket. I think they see each other at the winners bracket final, but then I think that whoever gets kicked out will easily make it through the losers bracket final. But yeah, I do think that FRR, for as good as they are just going to not win against Vile. Like, of which that is my prediction. Obviously, things can happen. Obviously, we didn't expect Carbon Fire to self-destruct. So who knows where things will go. But yeah, that is my prediction. I'm not sure how y'all feel about it.
I'm right there with you. There's...
Vigilance is going to be Team 1 on HPG, and then swap for Bear Claw.
Okay, they're both EUs, so... Bam. Alright, cool.
Let me know
Makes my
once
life
we are
easier.
in game, and I shall jump in.
Yep, of course.
I am gonna BRB real quick.
Alrighty.
I'll be back.
Yep. And we'll go ahead and put minutes. I'm gonna get the timer started for a file. So, Chicken, since we have you here...
He just went to BRB.
Oh, never... Yeah,
And yeah, chat, for those of you who are watching MWO Leagues 2, due to the fact that Chicken Man is in the lobby, I'm just going to spectate in my own way, so the stream will be fine. I just won't be able to show y'all what's going on in the lobby, but you know, nobody ever cares about what happens in the lobby. They're here for the games, so it's fine.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, like this one's gonna be exactly like the DSC match in my opinion. Not to shame 1FR. They've done really great things. I've gotten to play. I played against them back in BFM where we managed to beat them 3-2. But that was a stressful fight. Some really good players over there. Some definitely can play at that higher level. But again, it's Vile. Like, they have multiple World Championship players on their team, so. And again, also, like you said, my pick for the grand finals is DSC versus Vile. So yeah, HPG again, like we've seen it played about twice already, so a lot of it's just gonna be you know, pretty typical. If we do see basement brawl, who's gonna put more mechs, more firepower down there to win the fight? I don't really. So I've gotten to play Vile twice throughout the entire year when I played with DSC. The ISC match, they brought a lot of mid-range stuff, but I think it'll really just depend on more so it's an 8v8 scenario as opposed to ISC being 5v5 or 6v6, and I think TOS being 5v5. So.
Hey.
There is
Hey, what's up?
there's our fourth guy, Stimrock.
So,
Hey, what's
yeah,
going on, Tim?
hey, I don't want to intrude, but if you'd like some analysis on strats or anything, just let me know. I'm available.
Absolutely, we would love to hear from you.
I've started streaming
Right.
on Discord, so you will be able to see. And yeah, let's get to it. 4 eyes are definitely better than 2, but I mean, I don't know how y'all predict this will go. HPG Manifold, I mean, I don't know. I feel like as much as I love and respect Vile, I'm not really expecting them to think outside the box much for this year. I think they're going to just play it very cookie cutter, very straightforward. Two to three traders on the wall, and then just a very aggressive wolf pack in the center. And as for FRR, I have never played FRR, so I have no idea what they're gonna do. I just have never been on the same time zone as them.
Yeah. Again, they really played the really weird, like the EU time zone for CompQ. I don't know if y'all got to catch them, Stim. But again, like the only
Which
times
team?
I really 1FR.
Yeah, I think we played them like a few times. Yes.
Is there anything like super glaring that you notice that's like they're really really good at doing? Any?
So, I've talked a lot with Coderizer and a bunch of other guys on their team, and I played with them as well in one tourney, at least part of their team. I'm not sure everybody's familiar, but yes. So I would expect above average cleverness with the strats. Not to put any pressure on 1FR, but Coderizer has a nice creative mind, and they really need to get creative to beat Vile.
All right. Oh, so are we talking like mantra levels of creativity, or something a little bit less? Because we've seen mantra be able to pull some really really interesting strats.
I think what's similar between those two teams is that both teams allow themselves to be crazy or different or unpredictable, and that's a good thing. I think one of ours creativity is of a different sort though. Mantra, I think, at least before, kind of centered around brawlier strats. I wouldn't expect the same from one of our, at least in the same way.
I see. So I know you've played with some of the Vile guys in the past. I know you have an illustrious career in MWO Comp. Is there anything you can kind of speak a little bit about, like, their mindset into this game?
Well, let's see. I guess I gotta draw the line somewhere, like, not to just, you know, I don't know how to say it. Like, of course I played a lot with EMP guys back in EMP. I don't want to get to like I don't want to intrude their privacy, but like I would expect them to like lean into their skill. They are like skill-wise, in my mind, they're the favorite here, of course, because they have so much more experience and they've seen every scenario and more 10 times to 1FR's one experience of every like certain scenario that we're gonna see. So they don't need to do anything special. They need to play solid and just do what they have done for years.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, of course, both teams ended up locking, so we're going to get the drop in underway. So I do hope we have Mr. Chicken. Are you back?
I am here. Yes, I am here. I just wanted you guys to keep talking.
So I'm gonna fly over towards the Gamma side. Oh yeah, like everything y'all said is basically like everything I would say. Like Vile, they're gonna play very comfy, very like to their strengths. Not many much weaknesses to them realistically. Again, they're my picks as well as one of the two teams to play in the grand finals. And I think again, just with like 10th Lyran guards, they have to find the mistakes and capitalize them tremendously. They have to get a lot of reward on catching those mistakes. So over here on the Vigilance side, we have an Executioner M, a Javelin 11F, Viper F, Piranha 1, interesting, a Shadow Cat running your typical. It's gonna be Longbow 7V, Crusader 16, and SR 1. What do we got over there on the FR side?
Teals, you want to do that because you're on MWOs too? Unless you're not in yet, I'll call it. They got a Direwolf W, 2 Gauss 5-year large, Tornado 7, 5-year large, 6-year meds, Phoenix, Snub small lasers, Viper with machine gun and then Marker Pulse, Eben Dragoon SRM 6, XC that has 4-year large backups, Shadow Cat that has I think Plasma AP Gauss and then a Cyrus 1P with
I did not
SRM.
realize I was muted, but yeah, I would definitely. I would say as far as deck strength, I would say these two sides are pretty even. Bowser and the Piranha, I don't remember the last time I've seen that mech in comp, but
yeah, it's running heavy mediums and light machine guns, and then the SR1's running 4 Gauss and an ER large.
I like that a lot. I actually
yeah,
like that.
I don't
Wait, he's playing the Piranha 1 instead of the Piranha A?
Yeah,
Interesting choice.
I get
12 light
I guess
machine
he
guns,
wanted
3 heavy
more
medium.
LMGs than anything else, but
yeah,
it's a little surprising because
not a lot of brawl.
1FR
honestly,
hasn't really challenged basement at all. They have just sort of allowed Vile to get it for free. I don't know if they're afraid to pick a fight or if they just think it's not a good risk to take, but yeah, they have pretty much given Vile almost entire control of the center ground. Their mechs are just entirely grouped up here on Dubious Squirrel and the Viper. I don't know if they're gearing up for a push or what they plan on doing, but their 5-man wolf pack is just content to sit here.
Yeah,
I think they're waiting for a good moment.
Yeah, I think they're also showing a little bit too much respect to Vile, honestly. Like, I would have gone in there and challenged immediately. Like, their light mechs are extremely tight. Like, there's nothing really big DPS brawl. Like, I think they might go push into the basement here in a minute. But again, I just don't think, like all of it's either ER mediums, medium X poles, light machine guns. So
I think the loose condition for Vile here would be for Bowser to make a mistake or Selith to make a mistake in their sort of fragile lights. 1FR can't reliably at least hope to beat Vile's long-range trade, so it looks like 1FR here is just looking for a way in basement and then quickly jump on something.
I think they're going in now, actually.
1FR
they're
going
in.
I don't really... Bowser and Selith are still here. They're barreling. Scout Derek, Patrick, and Kong Lord are setting up to receive. 1FR is just going to be content to get Theta, though, which is good, because I think running out of the Eider door would have just spelled a loss for them. Nope, never mind.
I think they might be going out the door, yeah. Like, they're going to go... maybe not.
I don't think that's super smart for French.
Was something shooting SRMs?
Yeah, mislinks.
Okay.
It's already has an open leg.
Yeah, and he's gonna get legged here probably.
Oh, he didn't get legged.
Oh wow.
They actually went too far in.
The XC is basically dead there.
What are you doing? Arzak, you need to leave. Oh,
he's legged. Yeah, they went legs on him, which is probably a smart choice here.
Yeah.
XC is down, and now as a result, Vile's just gonna run straight in. That is a fresh Crusader. Scout Derek drops Shadow Hawk in the Osiris immediately.
Notice how Vile only keeps one trader up. They quickly reinforced the basement group and made a decisive push, where the Piranha and the Javelin can both even if they're fragile, they can live under the overwatch of the larger mechs and just massively DPS the enemy down.
Yep.
Yeah, what Bio did was really smart.
Yeah, pretty clear cut and dry.
Hattrick goes down as well. Oh wait, yeah, Hattrick went down in the Shadowcat. Iba goes down, and now it's just the 2 wall traders. Iba has actually dropped in the Stone Rhino. I believe he wanted to try to reinforce his guys down low, but at that point it's just too little, too late.
Yeah.
Sultan is still up top in the Direwolf, probably just going to try to get some damage in before he dies.
We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up. The enemy is
Really
at
interested to see
25%.
the choice of the 7V here as opposed to the overcharge.
The 7V has more sustained DPS thanks to the heat quirk. So if you feel like the mask is not required, if you're not running a push deck, I think the 7D is a perfectly valid option.
Keep holding on to
Yeah.
our resource
Yes, check
points.
Discord.
Hostiles have collected 50% of their resources. Capture resource points from them to stop the bleeding. Resource point Theta is ours.
Again, just pretty clear, concise coming from Bio. Good look at the damage numbers here really quickly.
Yeah, go on.
529 coming from Lizzie with the 4 Gauss, 1 Euro Large Stone Rhino. Again, like I'm not expecting anything else, anything less. Over on the damage side of 1FR, you're looking 411 coming from the SR7 of Azorski. I believe I said that right. My apologies if I said it wrong. 2 double Ds, 1 on each side. Shade doing 60, and then Leprechaun doing 75. So.
Yeah, so Iva and Sultan did their best trading on the walls and actually probably did okay. And then Vile let the wolf pack of 1FR take Theta, and then they reinforced it and rushed it with even greater strength than what 1FR had. They probably also could scout that 1FR still has 2 assaults up on the wall. So if just Vile simply takes one of those assaults in and pushes as a group of 7, they can reliably trust that, okay, we're going in and we don't have to run out or disengage.
Teos, just go back in the lobby.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, it's definitely a little interesting because 1FR, it started off looking like they were gonna do the wise play and not, and not run out, not try to pick a fight and just be content with the fact that they got the cap. I think the moment that they decided to fight is probably what sealed their doom.
Where's Teos? There you go. Bam. Sultan, where is he? There he is. Bam.
Unless just interrupt me if you have something coming up from the
No, by all means.
stats or anything. So some analysis on the long range mech, say Lizzie's Quad Gauss Stone Rhino. It would be easy to say that it's just a kind of a nostalgic call to the days of Quad Gauss, Kodiaks, and so on, but it's actually quite a good pick on top of the wall because of the range, how Gauss interacts with optimal and maximal range. So against the Dire with ear large and 2 Gauss, while the ear large is of course accurate on the Dire, if you can just fill the gaps, so to speak, with skill, like Lizzie probably can because he's a very good long range trader. If he hits both Gauss shots, he'll probably be twisting earlier than the Dire, and those Gauss shots deal more damage because of the maximum range rule of 2.5x compared to optimal. So even if the Dire has more damage in 4 yards and 2 Gauss, it's a different story with how effective that damage is. So the largest will spread, especially because the Gauss mech can twist earlier sometimes. And he also has to care about heat, whereas Lizzie in the quad Gauss mech can stick out for longer because he doesn't overheat ever. He can just keep up the pressure and keep up the Gauss shots coming. Of course, he also has a single ER there as well, backing up that damage. Yeah, like in chat, somebody's saying Bowser making the Piranha great again. So this is something that rarely gets mentioned, but like if you put Bowser in a random team and give him a Piranha, he's gonna have a hard time using it this well because he needs to be able to trust his team, buffering him and rushing with him, so that he can jump in and out of the engagement, dealing that massive damage but not getting shot, because there are always high-value targets around him. So in this way, certain mech picks in certain strats can only be executed if you have the necessary level of team cohesion and trust, which of course these Vile veterans have.
Yeah, I agree on that stuff.
Yeah, 100%. So again, like, they've been playing with each other for quite literal years. So the trust is built. They can almost basically predict what each other are going to do. So. So we are currently waiting on 1FR to lock. They are a green board. We're waiting on the call. They got about 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Speaking of which, they're close. They're stacking 475 Alpha Bravo. Again, the drops really don't tell us a whole... The drop zones don't tell us a whole lot. And neither really does the tonnage. Because I know last game we were talking about that 475, 480, that's pretty optimal where you want to go. Because especially with how mechs are quirked. Like, you're not really necessarily looking at tonnage anymore, more so what's going to be the best fit. Because, like we said, a lot of the 45 tonners are really, really strong. Or why would you bring a Spider over anything that's 35 tons? You would rather bring the Spider than the 35-ton mech.
Well, it depends what you want that 30 or 35-ton mech to, what its job, right? Like a 35-ton, it's a good, close range trade mech that has, really quick burn time, really good pop tart. And I think it does different jobs, I would say.
Quick note. So, from Vile's perspective, if they look at the lances 1FR is taking, Alpha and Bravo, nothing on Charlie, which is Caposide, that may indicate to Vile that 1FR is more likely to push than get caps around the map first and play control.
Yep, that means Vile will have to scout him out. They will have to be aggressive with their scouting, and if they don't, they can get, pushed in really quickly.
I'm flying over to the Sigma side.
See, we have Chimera in the Executioner, Bowser in the Piranha, Audeus in a Mad Cat Mark II, Celeth in a Locust, Patrick in a Shadow Cat, Scout Derek in a Crusader, Kong Lord in a Viper, and Lizzie in a Stone Rhino. I mean, it's a pretty similar deck to what they ran last time. I would assume a bit more mid-range power simply because, swapping the Stone Rhino 1 to a 6. Delith in the Cap Locust is definitely a little interesting. He's probably going to just be running around from, FC Kappa to whatever their home cap is, so a little curious as to how that's going to play out. But what do we have on the 1FR side?
So we have a Blackjack 1X, a Longbow 7V, a Crusader 6T, a Battlemaster 3M, a Stalker 7D, Shadowcat, a Flea 19, and an Ice Ferret J. I'm really curious what's on the Battlemaster. Probably Laser Vomit. Yeah, they're really just trying to utilize that speed quirk on it. I don't see how it's better than just taking like a 1G, for instance, but we'll see. Looks like your pretty standard initial setups. No one's really going for Capo, which is interesting. Might be a little bit of an early fight here on Theta, as Bowser and the Piranha B and Next Comp in the IFR are kind of.
What's that Piranha's B?
I think it's AP Gauss Plasma. I think it's Plasma AP Gauss.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's
Plasma.
The one that got the super big cooldown quirk, so it's going to be a very powerful poke and flank mech. Primo is realizing in the Ice Ferret that He's probably outgunned here. As 1FR's Overwatch isn't really in place.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
So Bowser goes in and sliver caps Theta.
We've gained Epsilon.
1FR is getting Epsilon, and nobody's on for Kappa, so it's just going to be a 2-cap fight here, and I think they're just going to duel it out with their range here over Epsilon.
Yeah, what's on the SR6?
ER large and a lot of ER meds. He has 7 ER meds, 6 ER large.
All right,
And the
no
Locust?
medium pulse. Locust, I think.
is, let's see, where are you? Locust is...
I got it.
Locust has medium X pulse and LMGs.
LMG's interesting.
Yeah,
Surprisingly
I don't.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
Well,
probably
just
just
make
to
his-
deny caps.
Yeah.
Yeah, Locust's leg is kind of hurt.
Yeah. Locust legs is not doing great. It is the cap variant.
Oh, this could be bad.
Oh, Arzak might actually... who is this with Overwatch? Okay, it's the Shadow Cat and a Mag Shot.
Okay, it's fine.
Like,
They're
fine.
covering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But looks like one of ours is going to make a play for Theta here soon. I am a little bit concerned just because of the
Epsi's getting
overwhelming
flipped.
range firepower that Vile has. I almost called them Obbins, but you know, my bad.
I wonder what First French is gonna do, like, because they have mid bomb. They need to like get in range with their mid bomb if they wanted to actually do anything. So I wonder if they're gonna try to pressure Theta here or start pushing them some
It
kind.
looks like we're doing a giant NASCAR rotation between the two teams right now.
Looks like it actually, yeah. They're leaving their longbow behind though, so the longbow can actually get caught here if he's not covered.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any avenue of lines for them to actually effectively cover him, so they're gonna have to dedicate lights over there to help him, but I think he's gonna get
I think
picked
as
for
soon
free.
as Chimera swings, it might be over for Shadowhawk too, or at the very least, he's going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, the lights are pushing the right hand side.
Arzak and
Nope.
Primos
Oh.
are going to swing in though on the Vile lights. I'm not.
Yeah.
Cauterizer might be able to get a really good burn in with the blackjack, but it seems like they're mostly safe.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna
They
get a 4 caps.
He still doesn't realize.
Yeah, you're right. Vile
Never mind,
has
3
to
caps
own
instead,
Kappa
took
six.
They could.
Wait, I don't even think. Does Chimera know
No,
he's
they're gonna
there?
fight.
I don't think he
They're
does.
gonna fight.
Chimera
I don't think
definitely
anyone knows
the
about the
Shadowhawk
longbow. Okay, he's okay.
Now he knows.
Chimera's gonna
Now
get
he
some
knows.
back shots here if he. Is he gonna see him? Okay, there
Oh,
he
he's
is.
getting jumped.
Oh my goodness, how much damage?
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
I think he's still gonna get halved here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
He'll live.
I don't think
he'll
he's
get around the
dead.
Corner, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's an LFE and he's halved, so and he's a vomit mech.
Yeah.
Actually, are you LFE?
The enemy is at 25%.
Yeah. Maybe.
We've already
No, he's standard.
Oh, he's.
Ooh.
I think he's
They got-
standard.
Yeah, one of our is badly getting farmed on this runway
Yeah,
here because
there's.
Vile's range, and they can't really return
What does Sultan have?
fire.
Okay, he's binaries, but even then, Cauterizer is just
Yeah.
getting absolutely farmed here. What I'm sort of seeing is that Vile is poking together, you know, their 3-man, 4-man swinging corners, and they're just...
Watch
and-
Sigma.
And they're just isolating. Oh yeah, Sigma's about to happen.
Celit might get caught there if it's Celit.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Oh, I think.
This
Oh,
is
yeah,
gonna
there we
hurt.
go.
Shot from
Hmm.
behind. He doesn't know where it's coming from.
He's gonna take the 1v1, but it's actually a 2v2, I think. Or is it?
No, is it? Oh, it is. I think the fleet's still gonna get legged here. Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Where's
done.
Yeah.
Where's the
Nice.
The other one bailed.
Yeah, I thought it was a second one, but I guess he bailed.
Well, so Indian was walking by in the Crusader and then just decided not to do that. Decided not to help against the leg locust. Oh my goodness, Shadow's getting swung by Chimera. Shadow goes down. It's gonna be Primo's getting swung by Hattrick and Chimera and Selith. Primo's leg in his ice sphere. Primo's goes down. Cauterizer is it's gonna be Cauterizer, Indian. Yeah, the last 4 mechs are all in Theta.
Red Rises down. Sultan's
Good
about
use
to go
of-
down.
Good use of
Indian's
UAVs
down.
on both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I mean, and now it's just Iba trying to run for his life, but I mean, even then, there's no caps to run to. It's over.
I think First French got like they split up way too much near the end. They should have just committed a push, honestly, on Vile. They just.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought they were
Yeah.
gonna really swing that right side.
I think
They
after
have-
getting Theta, they just stopped like pushing, but they should have just kept pushing on.
Yeah, I think I agree. This is a case of kind of in the HPG we also saw a bit of cagey play by 1FR, and it's understandable because Vile is scary, so they do want to not make mistakes, but then that can often lead into just kind of rotating and NASCARing and then giving up the map.
Yeah, looking at the damage numbers here really quickly. Lizzie 720 with 2 kills, followed by Camaro with 626 and 2 kills. Over on the 1FR side, you're looking at 336 for Indian. And again, no kills by the 1FR.
I'm not surprised by the outcome. I did predict a 3-0 in favor of Vile, but I thought 1FR would have played that differently. I expected them to be a little more aggro and a little more coordinated on what fights they wanted to pick. They pretty much just didn't commit to anything and just allowed Vile to just break them down and poke them down the entire game.
I think it's almost that level of... What is it? That level of respect. Going on a bit too much from 1FR for Vile, because, like...
Yeah, that's probably fair. But I mean, you can't really fear your opponent. Like, you have to be willing to... You have to be willing to run them down. If you get scared or if you lose confidence, that's just it. That's over. GG's. You're out. So... I don't know. Frozen, I think Vile's just going to play it the same way they played it on HBG, where a few extreme range traders and a very aggressive wolf pack, probably supplemented by like an executioner or a crusader.
I think psychologically from Vile's side here, I can also see like a nice evaluation of 1FR. So Vile plays like they play like they are much more experienced, of course. They take advantage of that. Say Selith's north side cap on Bear Claw. He might or he might not be that bold against, say, a very experienced enemy team, but I think he knew he could take it here. Same thing with Bowser's Piranha picks. He might take them against very experienced teams as well, but especially against this team, I think it's a show of trust again towards his own team that he can play the Piranha with massive DPS. But if he were to expect a very hardened enemy team with a very skillful wolf pack, the Piranha might be a riskier, or would be objectively a riskier pick. He could still play it, he could still do well in it, but I think here he's leveraging the knowledge that he can do so against this team. This is, conversely, this is also why almost blind rush strats sometimes work against very experienced teams, because such strats show no respect, and they can fail horribly, but they can also succeed very well, because there's no caginess, there's no fear, there's only like full rush into a team that actually doesn't expect it from somebody less experienced than them. So even very new teams can beat very high teams, highly experienced teams with rush strats due to this.
Yeah, it's just you just gotta get over that fear. You just gotta get over that lack of confidence, and I'm not seeing 1FR doing that, or at least they haven't done it in their past 2 games. Maybe being on the verge of getting sent to the lower bracket, maybe that's going to be the wake-up call they need. Maybe that's what requires them to, you know, fully go, okay, we're going to run them down.
Yeah, it's very difficult for them, so I'm not gonna like blame them at all if they can't do it. They are a sort of they're not a newly formed team, but they're not like a veteran team either that has played together for a long time. It's also individually hard on the DC SHD, I guess, to like rally the troops and rally the morale against a team like Vile, especially after these two losses. Like,
Yeah.
they have a monumental job ahead of them, and honestly, even taking like 4 mechs off Vile would be a very nice achievement.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You just like like there's an obvious like skill gap between your players and your opponents. Just go out there and just go have some fun with it. Throw some wacky stuff out there. Maybe it sticks to the wall.
Yes.
And who knows? You might be able to pull off a win off of it. Just some unorthodox methods.
Yeah, upsets do happen, especially with those brawl rushes, and when you don't play like the more experienced team expects you to. And they do expect everybody to like play cagey and scared. In the early game, if you very carefully watch Vile, you can often see, not every match, but you can often see statistically risky plays or movements or backstabs or caps or whatever. And those quickly pile up. So if, say, 1FR lets Vile conduct 2 to 3 aggressive movements early on, that should normally be risky, but they're kind of playing cagey and letting Vile do it, it quickly piles up. It cumulatively slants the match in Vile's favor. And after that, the slope is even tougher to climb. And it's insidious. You can't really realize that mid-game, and mostly you don't realize that even after the game when debriefing it. Again, that's why Brawl Rushes work so well, because it doesn't leave any time for that experienced team to work their aggression or work their angles. It just fully rushes them, and if they're not ready, they can die, because unsurprisingly, people are quite accurate at 50 meters, no matter the pilot.
Yeah, you definitely need to take the initiative away from them immediately, put them on that back pedal.
Right, yep.
Come on, Vile, you're so close to locking.
So who picked this map and chose what side? I didn't really look at that.
This was a Vile pick, I believe. Yes.
Vile
I see.
Yes,
Vile
and
picked,
then
and FRR chose Team 1, which is good because
Yeah.
Team 1 is definitely the strongest side on this map.
I will say that, yeah.
Next map will be Viridian Bog, assuming FRR wins this, and Vile chose Team 1 for that.
Yep. And then we got Terra at the end, if it makes it to there.
I'm thinking
So-
First Regiment is gonna actually push on the 7 line.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. With the way their lances are, I think they are.
Yeah, so if I was one of ours, DC or whoever picks the map, I would still consider Team 2, even if you said Team 1 is stronger overall. Team 2 has some surprising push angles, so you can go through over the ship into the Echo 4 city and push from there, or you can just go straight into the canyon in the center and push up to Delta 5 with some medium range weapons in tow. That was a very common strategy a few years back,
dropping?
actually.
You can keep talking. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. So Team 2 shouldn't be discounted, especially if you want to brawl. Team 1 is the more control-y side for sure.
Alrighty. Chimera in an Exy, Lizzie in a Stone Rhino, Bowser in a Piranha 3, Seleth in a Locust 1v, Quicksilver Aberration in a Skull, Kong Lord in a Viper, Dubix in a Shadowcat, and Audeus in a Battlemaster.
So, Stem might like this one. We have a Commando 3A coming from Dubious Squirrel, an SR6, a Viper F, Executioner M, A Void Hellfire, Ice Ferret J, another Shadow Cat, and a Nova Cat A. I am excited. I want FR to win.
We got to see what builds that Nova Cat is.
It should
I'll hop
be
through real quick.
4-year large. It should be 4-year large.
So, I'm not sure what they intend to do with the Commando. It's a tough mech for sure. Like, Commando is one of my favorite mechs of all time, but it needs to be paired up with a brawl push or something brawly-ish. It's not a good individual light in most cases. Sometimes.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll let you go through the mechs.
Okay, fine. Yeah, the Nova Cat is 4-year large.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
Commandos, SRMs, and ER smalls.
We have
Interesting.
But yeah, I do think Stim's right. In a strat that doesn't involve a push, a commando is a very scary thing. But it is the Cap Commando. However, Vile set up, oh my goodness, a very strong crossfire to prevent any hope of getting Theta early.
Yeah, I don't.
One of our doesn't really lose that much armor for it though, so hopefully it works out, but I'm not too sure. The Commando 3A is definitely an interesting pick for it.
The Shadow Cat did lose 10%, which is kind of big.
Yeah. And
I don't think they should force Theta here. After like a few trades, they should just actually go for other caps.
yeah, now and now it's just burning armor.
What is... So next comp should be pushing over to Epsilon right now, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, you
instead of running
should.
towards-
Yeah,
You should
so
just give Theta.
if you watch the map, Vile is already transitioning to the east side because they see Epsilon isn't capped, which is an indication of little presence on that side, and they want to avoid the other side, which they think 1FR probably has a lot of presence on, and they have seen 1FR crossing the valley to the west side.
If Vile decides to get aggro here down the 7 line into Upper City, they will catch the Executioner will be able to get away. However, the Nova Cat and the Stone Rhino are very much sitting ducks for whatever Vile decides to do on this side. Viles are down to 87%. I'm a little concerned. Shadowhawk down to 79% in his Nova Cat. The early health advantage is definitely going towards Vile. Vile does send Dubix to get Epsilon, which will give them a 2 cap, but Theta is still not laid at all, and it looks like Vile's giving up Sigma.
Interesting. Maybe they want the lower city, essentially, kind of to have all that and kind of force 1FR into that smaller confined space of upper.
We've captured resource point Sigma.
It looks like the bigs are already starting to make the rotation. I definitely think the Nova Cat's probably gonna get caught out and die here. It's a very, very difficult mech to use, especially on Frozen. Like, you have so many disadvantages going on for it, especially with all of its weapons being in the arm.
Are preparing to...
Yeah, two mechs in Sigma definitely prepared an ambush, because that third mech near ship sent a UAV up, so the guys in Sigma know if anything's coming to help, and they were trying to trap the capper.
The Nova Cat's about to die here.
Maybe a Squirrel decided he didn't want that smoke. Shadowhawk's in the open, he's about to die. Quicksilver is going to be running up in his fresh skull, but...
What's in the skull?
One of ours Wolfpack is running back. Quicksilver is about to be super outgunned here, and probably...
I think first
They
red,
need to
yeah.
make the pick. They need to
I think
pick
if they
that
pick
now.
this, they pick the Gamma Mech and the Skull, I think they can actually get ahead here.
Quicksilver is getting completely
Oh,
obliterated.
Yeah, he just got... I think he's completely stripped here now.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. One more shot in the back. Shoot his butt. Shoot his butt. Come on, guys.
There we go.
There you go.
Alright, now go for Dubix.
Vile is getting Theta, though, since one of our did pull off their Wolfpack. Dubix won't be able to outrun the Commando and the Ice Fairy. He's kind of stuck here.
Yeah.
If Vile is smart, they would actually get ready to receive for Dubix.
Strategically, one of
No,
our has
the Viper's
Vile.
leg, Cauterizer's leg in the open.
Yeah, strategically, Vile isn't in the best position, but they have so much more health that
Yeah.
1FR really can't do much.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I didn't even realize one of our over half their mechs are in the red.
Yeah, Dubix is extending out this chase all the way out to open ground. He did get legged.
The fact that Dubix
I can't believe-
was allowed to live and get around the corner is unbelievable. Seleth drops Primos.
Yeah. Dubs is gonna have to run here as fast as he can, but I don't think he
running in
can.
with the Void, trying to get a very aggro angle.
Mhm.
Kong Lord drops Dubious in the commando. Sultan and
Liz?
Aizo just doing everything they can to survive, just getting absolutely annihilated by Chimera and Lizzie here. But yeah, I think at this point that's just a 3-0 Vile win.
Yeah.
What's the health on their Vile's traders? Can we check?
They're relatively okay. Lizzie's open in the right torso. Mary's down to 58.
Lizzie is fine. Bowser is doing all right.
Yeah.
Celit is probably all right.
Shutting down.
Yeah.
That's good. Well played by Vile.
Yeah, Kongwood's fresh.
Like, yeah, Vile did great. I think first just like they kept running back and forth, bleeding a lot. They bled a lot in Theta, and they should have just picked a side and maybe pushed or something. I don't know.
Looking at the damage numbers here, Lizzie again, 791 in the SR6 with 1 kill. Followed up right behind is going to be Selif in the Locust 1V with 683 and a kill. And then over there on the 1FR side, most amount of damage is going to go to Avoisky? I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry. 466 with no kills, and then you have 2 double Ds over there as well, coming from the Nova Cat and the Commando.
And I feel like they should have had a different trader than the Nova Cat. Even though it's base, but like it's just it has a big CT.
Poke pro.
Yeah.
You have to full expose, you have a giant CT, you don't have near enough armor quirks. It's a good farmer, but against opponents who will accurately land their shots, it is rough.
It's a bad pick.
Yeah,
Nice farm by Selith.
Yeah, you have to, with the Nova Cat especially, you have to just essentially use your other traders as armor to even get, like, to be able to contest well. So.
Wish we could have saw more there, but, you know.
Yep, and that is it. Let's see. I believe we have a break before our next match.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's
when
gonna
is
be
the next one?
The three-way tie, if I remember correctly. I have to scan it really quickly. So we have about a 5-hour break. Correction, 4-hour break. The next one's gonna be the three-way tie. It's gonna be SRJ versus 228R versus Fjord Focus at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then you also have right after that, an hour and a half later, is gonna be Fjord Visigoths and KDCM with the very long acronym, where you get to see Teos play in that. So anyways, guys, thank y'all so much for stopping by to come catch some of these early on games. Again, there's gonna be 2 more later this evening or morning, wherever you're at. So again, thank you, Teos, Stim, Chicken. Thank you so much for stopping by, kind of doing the cast with me and everything.
Yeah, no
Happy
problem.
to provide some analysis.
Yeah, of course, I love it. I love it.
I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Yep.